Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Hunted Arena Origin powered by RRG Esport Syndicate in collaboration with Fusion Prime Official and Simp Official and Draco Official and Vista as well. Here we are for the quarterfinals, and this is the third quarterfinal and the first match of tonight between Team Lost Daddies into the red side versus Team Vitality. Yes, guys, Vitality getting the first pick in this match will be a real fun at this point. So let's see how it goes in the casting deck. It's the boy STZ, and with me is none other than my friend, my fellow caster, Itami. Hello, Itami. How are you?
Hello, Ash, and welcome. I would like to welcome you as well as everyone on to the quarterfinals best of three. As you have already said, that Vitality has the first pick advantage, so they are actually banning out the Fanny. So maybe it can be actually a respect ban because we don't see Fanny getting banned right after you start onto the banning phase, actually onto the tournament scene at least. And for now, they are just going out with the regular bans. Those are the flex picks. I would say the Badang as well as the Kalea. So by far, Vitality, I guess they have done their homework. That might be the reason why they have just decided to go out with a Fanny ban.
Yep, and we can see that Kalea and Lucas will be the same bands from the side of Team Lost Daddies. Okay, that's a nice name. But I mean, nowadays we do see this type of bans coming from all of the teams. When if you don't have a first pick, you're gonna ban that Lucas, Kalea, and somehow we see a Julian ban as well in the rank, but not in the tournament. But however, Phobius and Harith is nowadays a first pick. I mean, people are opting them as the first pick, but right now we're gonna see a Matilda as well as a Badang ban coming from the side of Team Vitality. What do you think the last ban will be? Will it be Florin?
It actually can be a Florin because they are targeting out the support band. So maybe they have strategized it out, and maybe they can be going out with a utility kind of a pick combined with a support, which can actually be quite helpful. So if you are planning to go out with the utility kind of a jungler, then make sure you have your hands onto the support before the second banning phase comes up, because it will be absolutely sure that if you go out to the utility jungler, they are definitely going to be banning it out. So Vitality having the first pick advantage. Let's see what they will be opting with, but I do believe that will be a flex pick. And yep, Akimi has been picked out quite early, so she can be going on to the gold as well as onto the mid lane. Her magic damage right after the magic damage is there, and after the revamp, she has been shining up quite a lot onto the tournament as well as onto the rank scene.
Yes, and right now two more picks we're gonna see from the Lost Daddies. I was hoping for a Harith and Phobius right now, but a lot of heroes are open. They can go for the Basha as well as Florin into their team because Florin is still open right now, and it's a great pick nowadays. But no, they
Oh,
will be going with the Gatot and a Hayabusa from the beginning. That's I mean, mobility will be there from the side of Lost Daddies. So are we gonna see some mobility as well from the side of Vitality, or are they gonna go for a utility chance?
yeah, I agree. And maybe they actually might go out with an assassin. We haven't seen it yet because they banned out the Matilda. So, if Team Los Daddies they go out with the utility, that Matilda would have been providing them the mobility as well because of the guiding wind. But that is not happening. And looks like they will be locking in the support already. And it is an Angela to my surprise. The Florina was also open, but they decided to go out with the Angela. So maybe in my wild prediction, it can actually be a Fredrin, or maybe an Alpha can also be coming up.
I mean, Ling can also be an option right now
Yeah,
because we do see the Ling Angela combo. And look at that. Phobius will be there. I mean, two tanky heroes already been opt from the side of Team Lost Daddies, and carry is still open. So maybe we're going to see a carry ban right now, but a Basha will be taken out at this point from the side of Lost Daddies as well as I was hoping for a carry ban or from the Lost Daddies, but two more bans we're going to see from the side of Team Vitality as well right now. A lot of heroes are open. I mean, in the MM section, and we're not sure that Kimi is going for the mid or EX or gold. So, what do you think, Itami? I mean, will it be a problem for Lost Daddies to, I
mostly,
mean, on that
yeah.
Kimi pick?
Yeah, mostly, if Kimi is prioritized as the first pick, she mostly goes on onto the mid lane. So they are targeting out the mid lane heroes as well, such as the Sicilian, which have been giving out them the late game insurance. But for this game, it's not happening. And the Phovius kind of confirms it that Gatot Kacha will be going on onto their own position. So it only leaves out them the gold laner as well as the jungler for their side. Not the jungler actually. It's the gold laner as well as the mid laner to be picked out. They are taking their times actually, and the Baksha could have actually been a good option as well, but they like picked out the Angela and went out like yet to be going out for a jungler. So there are still a lot of options in my opinion.
I was hoping for the Sicilian, and look at that, Sicilian will be there, and look at that. I mean, not they didn't just waste a single moment. They have been thinking about it to ban that Moscow. That means they are totally sure that this Kimmy is going for the mid lane. But if they're gonna be wrong about it, then one ban will be West. Maybe that will affect them as well. But the Hilda pick after the Hilda pick from the side of Team Vitality, and then to counter it, they just went for that Phobius. It's a nice thing. I mean, we all know that Phobius has been the most banned hero in the MPL PH right now. And against the Hilda, it works great. So many people ban the Phobius just to pick the Hilda. Do you think that the invasion potential of the Hilda will be hindered by this Phobius? One more mage ban, Forza. Louis opens.
Farsa and Sicilian. Yeah. Louis is also open, but they are kind of targeting out the burst kind of potential heroes because it could have been giving the Kimmy the hard time onto the mid lane, but we have to see the good laner or the mid lane actually getting picked up. So Kimmy's position, oh my goodness, I was not actually expecting a Novaria pick. So
I was
yeah,
expecting,
combined with the Gatot, yeah,
yeah.
go ahead.
No, I was expecting a Xavier at this point.
Yeah. Which
I
actually
mean,
would
look
have been
at
a good
that.
option. Hmm.
I know that the crowd control will be there by the Phobius as well as the Gatot Kaja. And if what if the Xavier will be there and the late game as well as the stun would have been all over the map. So it would have been a great pick, but they were going for the zone.
Oh, Granger. Granger actually, because that's actually a good pick because you don't have a utility kind of a jungler for your side, and you don't have a healer. So Halbert will be like Halbert can actually be an option, but instead of the Halbert, he can be going out for the Malefic Roar onto the Granger. And if you are able to stack up with the Sky Piercer and your stacks are up to the point, then Granger can actually work. But the question is what they will be going out as the final pick, and yep, that is going to be an Irithel onto the
Yep.
gold lane against the Granger, which is a good answer actually, because onto the laning phase, Irithel can go toe to toe against the Granger onto the laning.
Yep. It's a counter of Granger. We all know that the trilogy meta MM. That is the Granger, Irithel, and Harith, the love triangle, obviously. And here we go for the Irithel against the Granger, and it's kind of looking like Lost Dad is having a good draft onto their side. Other than that Novaria pick, I mean, Itami, how do you think that Novaria will be fit in this pick? I mean, there is a Kimi, we all know that she can be escaping her abilities as well from Kimi just because of her skills. But will it work in the late game and in the team fight as well?
It can, it depends upon how well she is able to itemize. Because if you combine her with the glowing one, the poking can definitely be there, and the damage can come up with that meteor as well.
Yeah.
But as far as I'm concerned, if she doesn't get taken down much, then only the damage will actually be working. So we are back onto the land of Dawn. This will be the first game of the quarterfinals, and this will be a best of three. Look at the poking coming up quite early.
Yeah,
Oh,
and maybe we're gonna see a first blood. Yes, it's a puppy puppy boom boom, and it will be Angela taking down the Novaria on the first game for the first blood. Vitality right now scoring 1-0 already for them before the turtle could have spawned, and this is a great start for them. We can say in the first set.
yeah, a good head start actually for them, and they were actually able to capitalize it quite on. We were kind of questioning the Novaria pick already, and she has been taken down once before the 1 minute onto the game. So good start for the side of Team Vitality, and they will be trying to focus onto their neutral objectives as well. They are trying to actually gank out onto the Granger.
Yup, with the quad shadow on, Ogi shadow kill coming on, and let's see, it will be easy kill for that Hayabusa, but Gatotkacha will be claiming the kill onto himself. 1-0 for the Gatotkacha, as well as 1-1 is the score right now.
Yep, and they just have reached the level 4 mark, and looks like they will be trying to prioritize the neutral objective. That will be that first turtle. It will be spawning anytime soon, and they are not overextending any team fights because Angela, even if she comes up with a hard card, the healings might not be there that much.
Okay, I mean, before the turtle, the aggression being shown by Vitality at this point. Spear of Alpha onto the Novaria. She'll be fine at this point. Artemis going for the turtle, already starting the turtle dance at this point. And maybe we're going to see a deflection for the turtle, but Hayabusa being ready with the quad shadow right now with the retreat onto him as well as the Ogi shadow kill. Let's see who will be having the retreat battle winning right now. But before that, Infernal Pursuit coming on and the Ogi shadow kill with the quad shadow onto the Kimmy. But it will not be fine at much. Spear of Alpha, but the quad shadow will be helping that Hayabusa to going into the safer zone. And here you go. It will be an AOG coming on. Held up with the power of wildness. Will be claiming the kill onto the Hayabusa, executing him out from the map. And before that, we can see a lot of damage coming from the backline from that Kimmy, continuous damage, but it will not be much to take down one more from the side of Lost Daddies. Easy turtle for them.
Yeah, and that was a kill onto the jungler, so definitely worth it. And looks like an uncontested turtle will be for the side of Team Vitality. Quite a lead actually, because Haya going down like that, it confirms you that there is no one to actually be contesting for that turtle unless you mess up your entry or four people try to gank up on, just for that turtle objective. That didn't happen. And Vitality, they are having slight of a goal lead, but it will be depending upon on to their next upcoming team fight. Oh, Gatot.
Yup, Ding Dong Bell will have some damage from that Irithel as well. I mean, Granger and Kimmy. That's a nice one. I mean, they want to zone out the situation, but will be caught up again. Angela being on to the front line at this point. Gatotkacha dismantling himself from the fight. Doesn't want to take on the fight at this point. He knows that he maybe lose the fight there for the reason force swing coming on. And oh my goodness, before the AOG can cast, he got out from the map. Ding Dong Bell.
Overextension. Oh, Ethel was also forced to use out the crossbow, and she will be going back. The hard guard was beaten out from that alpha. No trades by far, but still Vitality are kind of leading in terms of the goal lead as well as the objective advantage is also with them. So team fight wise, they are doing good, and if they are able to keep up with the farm, it's so far so good.
Yeah, I'm at this point. I mean, what a nice pick, Novaria, but zoning the situation will not be making you much effective. Well, you cannot participate in the team fight. That's the main reason right now they are falling behind. But let's see how it goes for the second neutral objective, which is about to come into just 25 seconds. But before that, taking on some creeps out from the hand of LD at this point. It will not be a great thing for them as well. And 1 second for the red buff, and they're going for the invade at this point. Maybe you're gonna see a fight at the jungle of LDA. And look at that, Gatotkacha coming on, and here you go, Spear of Alpha with the first swing, claiming the kill. Oh no, before that, you can see a kill coming for the Novaria. AOG being on, have to back into the safer zone, but lose a lot of resources at this point. No retreat, nothing onto the hand. Even Angela not here. What do you think, Itami? Easy turtle for LD?
Yeah, it actually can be. That trade was not worth it. Even if you invaded the jungle, you ended up losing your Roma as well as the retribution. Alpha might be trying to contest.
Yup, and Hardguard coming on right now. Irithel will be claiming the turtle onto her side, leaving a lot of damage right now from the backline. Hardguard still on, and look at that first swing, and the whole team will be getting back with the Rhapsody into the action. Hayabusa will be gone from the map towards the heaven side, and before that we can see another kill for the Alpha, double kill onto the Phobius. Pure Alpha coming on, maybe a triple kill before that. Power of one coming on, and it will be Alpha getting down by the Irithel. Double kill for the Irithel as well. Instant redemption with the Death Sonata onto the Irithel. And it will be 3-for-1 trade, 3-for-2 trade actually.
4-for-2 actually, and Vitality completely won it out when even if they lost out the Angel the turtle fight, Ethel did got it, but she got taken down onto the process. So the turtle shield they had, it's already up. And into our surprise, Granger was supposed to have a hard time against the Irithyll, but I guess it's the mastery that the guy has onto the Granger. That is why it is still working out.
You know why I didn't count Irithel in that trade? Because she was something. I mean, she was about to die. She know that, but she claims 2 kills at that moment, and that's the reason
Yeah.
I didn't count
Oh,
her in the trade. But right now, Infernal Pursuit coming on hard guard on. Oh, okay. Before that, we can see the Kimi is melting down that Phobius. No need of hard guard when you can clear. I mean, melt down the Phobius easily from your side, and not only that, Vitality will be going for that turret as well. Gatotkacha will be there for the backup, but not enough to save that turret.
yeah, and they have the goal lead for their side too, as well as the tower advantage. Actually, 2 towers for the lead, and LD they are still yet to take even 1 tower at this game. So by far, Vitality, when the team fights are popping up, they have the team fight advantage because of the Angela. And for the backup damage is the Granger from a Schaefer range. He just deals damage with those Rhapsodies as well as the Death Sonata. Oh my god, this guy was trying to dive in with the Spear of Alpha, but Kakashi did have his shadows and looks like they will be going out for the turtle.
I mean, he knows that he will be, enough, having enough
Oh,
mobility to go
oh,
back into the silver zone right now. Turtle being claimed right now. AOG coming on, but the Spear of Alpha will be melting down that Gatotkacha, executing him, sabotaging him, and will be taking that kill onto his side. And they will be going
oh.
for the mid tier 3 right now. Oh my goodness, look at the damage of the Kimi. And here you go. They are going into the base, into the second tier, and the Alpha will be also taken down by LD. Even though he managed to take down the Phobius, but then that was overextend.
Kind of, but still they still got the treats. I guess it was a two, so they got another tower onto their name, so which will be worth it because the alpha, as soon as he comes back, he will be having his red as well as the blue for his side. And looks like Ezethel was trying to do that push, but Granger, I do believe he might be making it onto the top side, or maybe not, because the tower will be going down, and that will be the first tower actually for the side of Team LD. And itemizations, where I would like to actually look at the itemizations. And looks like, yeah, Granger, he has already completed the Malefic role. He didn't go out with the Halberd because they don't have that healing kind of potential. It's only the Gatot with the Revitalize. So it's actually a good option. Instead, if they had the utility, they could have been going out for the Malefic roar. Instead of the Malefic roar, they could be going out for the Sea Halberd. And other the Alpha, he has a Sea Halberd as well as the Warx. So the true damage is already there, but on.
Okay, look at that. Look at that. Killing spree for the Kimi. Nice gun onto that Irithil, and they will be claiming the kill as well. But that Sky Piercer onto that Granger, I'm not sure about it. Tommy, it does. I mean, why does that? Where it is there? It's not needed for the Granger, perhaps, because it doesn't have that much stack even. Kimi is claiming a lot of kills than the Granger, but look at that. The Get Sonata right now dealing a lot of damage onto that Novaria at that point. And before that, we can see a fight coming on. Infernal Pursuit, and this time Alpha will be taken down with the Oogie Shadow kill. And the whole team will be back in the safer zone. Hilda will be running away from the situation. But before that, we can see the zone out coming from the Novaria. Look at that,
My
Hilda
goodness.
re-engaging back into the zone. And it will be Granger taking down the kill. Rhapsody coming on. Shut down for the Kimi by the Irithel. Great rotation from that Irithel. Will be having some stun. But before that, he will claiming a double kill. AOG coming on. Maybe we're going to see a triple kill. No, it's a Granger getting down by the Gatotkacha. Going on to that Hilda at a sliver of HP. Will he manage to get back into the safer zone? That's the main point at this. Okay, UP managed to get back, but the Lord, it will be an easy Lord. Does it need it at that moment? Alpha going on to the 4-man.
Yeah, it was kind of an overextension, and you didn't even have the Angel. So it that costed them the members as well as the Lord. So this might be the opening that LD actually needed. If they are able to execute it well onto the next team fight, then the goal difference is almost equal. So it won't be mattering that much. But the tower advantage is the main answer. 3 towers are still there for the side of Team Vitality, and it will be depending upon how well they execute it onto the team fight. And if Vitality, they don't repeat the same mistake like they did, then the consequences might be quite different.
You know what, Itami? I feel like no one is there to catch up the Irithel at this point. No one is there to catch up the backliner other than that Hilda. I mean, if Hilda is missing on to the Irithel, then I don't think they can come back at any moment, because Irithil is the expector for LD at this point, giving a lot of damage from the back lane. Did you just have saw that what happened in that bot lane? I mean, she managed to take down 2 man, and even the damage coming from her is too much at this point. And look at that, Madara coming
Oh
on
my
from the top
goodness.
side at this point, and here you go. The tier 2 will be getting down. GG start
Oh,
for
gimme, gimme,
LD.
gimme.
Yep. Look at the Kimi, but before that, we can see the AOG coming on, killing spree for the Irithel. As I telling you, Irithel is dealing a lot of damage from the backline. Nuki shadow kill, double kill for the Irithel, going for a triple kill, maybe. No. It will not be a case for triple kill, but the blessings will be helpful for them to take down that Lord.
Yeah, and just like that, they will be able to take the lot down, but on to what cost? Oh, tier two has been taken down from the top. They are trying to prioritize the towers, and they will be going back. I suppose that is actually a good call because overextending might actually end up like a vitality situation.
You need to take
Oh,
down the. Okay. Look at that. Again, the Irithel right now dealing a lot of damage onto the Hilda. Hard guard about to come, but before that, we can see that Sonata will be claiming a kill onto that Phobius. And the Hilda will be taken down as well. 1-for-1 trade coming on from both these sides. But again, that thing, I will say again, need to take care of that Irithel.
exactly, and as well as the Novaria, because as you highlighted it really well that there is no one from the side of Team Vitality to actually catch out the Irithel as well as the Novaria. So her positioning from a safest side, it will be hard to catch her, as well as the damage coming out from her is quite insane. She already got the Wishing Lantern, I suppose, combined with the glowing one. So even against a utility, the S1 as well as the meteors is going hard.
You know what is happening, Itami? When the fight is beginning, you also want your backliners to deal the damage as well. But there you go.
Oh,
They got a Phobius for themselves. And right now, again, okay, a lot of damage onto Ole. Ole needs to get back into the safer track, but Lord is about to spawn. Yep, Madara is here right now. It's not a big Madara because it's just a 30 minutes Madara, so it can be easily taken out. But I think this time I mean, Vitality gonna contest for it, and it would be a fun thing to watch. I mean, whose Richter skills is better? It's gonna show that, it's gonna depict that, and look at that zoning already started by that Novaria. And this is why you need a Novaria in your team to zone out the situation. And from the beginning, it was not getting good, but right now with the damage coming on, oh my goodness, Death Sonata with the Kimmy's all. That was a lot for that Hayabusa. Need to go back.
and
Maybe this
just
time.
like that, he won't be desperate. Will be depending upon Narrative, but Alpha gets a lot.
Yep, and coming on, we're gonna see a spear of Alpha as well.
Oh,
Obviously, for the backline, but the hard guard will be there. And look at that, will be stunning that Phobius at this point with that Sonata and Rhapsody coming on from the Granger, dealing a lot of damage. Kacha going against the Granger, but he will be perished away with a double kill for the Alpha onto the Phobius. Lord being still into the hand of Vitality. Maybe they're coming back this time.
yeah, the Lord as well as the 240. Three of the LD members are already timers are not, but still I do believe they might be able to get the tier 1 and at least 1 or 2 inhibitor tower. That will be depending upon those super minions, but the team fight might be coming up soon.
Oh,
Oh,
look at that. Oh my goodness, the damage from Irithel. Double kill. And look at that.
oh
Rhapsody will be
my
taking down the
goodness.
Hayabusa. Triple kill for the Irithel. Going for a maniac. No, it will not be happen over there. The Lord is going onto the top lane. It will be an easy clearance for the Lord. I'm sure about it. But losing 3 members in a team fight. Overextension again, I saw from that Alpha.
Yeah, maybe Team LD are having a better discipline compared to Team VE because you are winning onto those team fights, you are getting the load, you are getting those objectives, but why are you not able to lock in onto the towers? One of the reasons why is you are not able to sink those lanes because it's only from one lane it is getting pressured. Others they are getting out quite open, which just leaves out the opponents the option that you will be completely diving from the mid side. And Irithel, as you mentioned, she has a lot of mobility, and against going against the Granger and stuff, the burst potential from her will be way much compared to the other members.
I mean, if Team VE wants to win this match and wants to win some fights in the gank, Hilda should be prepared for that Irithel or for the Novaria from the backline. I mean, if she can go from the backside and catch up the Irithel or Novaria, they can win this match easily. I can say that because what do you see from that Alpha and Angela? They are there for the front line, but right now no one is catching up the Novaria and Irithel, and that's the main reason they're losing the team fights. This Irithel need to be shut down once or twice, otherwise she will be a big problem for VE.
Exactly, as well as the Nova, because it's the damage coming up from the distance as well as the wishing lantern is doing its work quite well. And just look at her from the safe distance, giving out those visions and completely exposing the enemy's locations onto the map. So Astral Echo is used out, and once she gets those vision, Gatotkacha is made sure that where he will be able to die. But okay, the damage is still not enough, but Phobius might commit.
Kimi was doing great at that point, but Phobius was there to disrupt her. And look at that, Madara again back this time. I don't think Hayabusa will do any kind of mistake. Okay, Shadow Kill going on. We'll be having a stun. And the flicker, before the flicker gone, doesn't use the flicker to get away from the situation. But right now, look at that.
Uh-oh.
Hilda is there to zone out, but Hard
Oh,
got already
Kimi.
doing a lot of damage with Kimi being there. And look at that, they are targeting the Irithel this time. Death Sonata coming on. They will be dismantling at this point with having a lot of fatalities onto their side with the HP getting lower. And
Okay,
look at that,
okay.
Hilda right now going for that Hayabusa. And before that, we can see the Gatotkacha being perished down. It will be shut down for the Irithel. Double kill for the Granger. Right now going for a triple kill. Flicker will be up at a sliver of HP. Managed to get back into the safer zone, but it will be a triple kill for the Granger. Will it be a Maniac? Let's see what it will be depicting at this point. Minions will be racing towards the mid lane. Is it the end? Is it the almighty push?
It actually can be, because the cooldown timers are quite up. They are trying. He goes.
Shut down for the Granger, and with
Oh
the
my
beautiful thing done by Hayabusa, using that Ugi Shadow Kill for clearing the minions away from you and give some time to his team to resurrect back and defend the base.
Now, maybe they should have just waited out for Lord, but it was kind of a risky play. You did got the mid inhibitor, but you just lost the goal laner, one of the main damage dealers for your side, and just losing him right now, you couldn't contest with the Lord. So Madara just goes in. They did got the tower, but at what cost? So LD, if they come up with a really good play with less miscommunications onto those team fights, Novaria is giving out the visions. AOG, I do believe Gatot, he is trying to land the AOGs onto time, but the problem is they are able to predict it for some reason, and it's not working out. The Gatot Kacha, if he is able to land those taunts even onto that Kimi or even onto the Ranger, then the scenario can be different.
Yes, and this time, look at that. Okay, the Phobius
Oh,
thing there will be made cut up at this point. Okay, he will be cut up without any flicker. He will be taken down as well. I don't think will be gone at this point. Giving a lot of damage from the backline. Granger will be taken down with the AOG. Double kill for the both Kacha onto the Kimi. Going for a triple kill, and the Winter Crown will be used at this point. Oh my goodness. He will be getting down 1v3. He was doing 1v3, but it was not much for him to do anything at this point. And only Angela and Hilda being there. Maybe this is the end we are looking after, because minions are coming on, Itami.
yeah, and it's only the Hilda as well. They might not be able to mark out.
It's the end. Killing spree for the Gatotkacha. The double kill was literally vital for the Vitality. And look at that. An easy win will be there for the side of LD. Even after the game start was great for Vitality and they were dominating the start, then we saw a little bit spike when the Irithel got the damage into her hand. And then again, we saw the Granger getting a triple kill and managing to take 2 lords for themselves. But then in the end, it goes to Team Lost Daddies. They just make Team Vitality lost into their presence, because the way that Irithel was dealing the damage and managed to take down the kills. But you're going to say the real X Factor will be Gatotkacha taking down the 2
Yeah.
kills when it was mostly needed, because he knows that Kimi and Granger was there who were giving the damage and they were the backliners. So he just jump upon them, managed to secure the kill of them, and then look, the match is in the plate for them.
Exactly. I maybe he heard me that the AOGs are not point, but that final team fight, how he landed the AOG was a cherry on top because it did landed onto the main damage dealers, the Granger. As soon as he was taken down, that was the opening for them. They traded out three of the most important damage dealers, the Kimmy as well as the Granger and the Alpha. So it only left out the Hilda and the Angela to defend. Their lane clearance is not there definitely. So it was only a matter of time. They waited out for the minions and went it for the end. Patience actually gave them the opening that they wanted. Early game wise, it was Team Vitality completely dominating at this point because you had the Alpha as well as the Angela with the hard guard, so initiations will be there, and they were able to take advantage of it. But as much as the game progressed, it was Team LD who came up with the better plays as well as their positionings. And the Irithel, she was the main damage dealer and she did her job perfectly.
And you can say that, Itami, there were a lot of throws as well from the Alpha, getting into the overextension again and again. And that's maybe the reason the goal being thrown to the side of Irithel, and she got the damage, and she just managed to take down each and every one, as you said. But right now, it's just the first set, and we all say that the first set is a bait set. So Lost Daddies won the first set, but right now, Vitality, we all have eyes on them that if they can make a reverse sweep or if they can come back in this match, so we'll be taking a short break and we'll be coming back with another second set of this BO3 series against Team Vitalities versus Team Lost Daddies. Let's see. Are we going to see a clean sweep or are we going to see a comeback? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Haunted Arena Origin powered by RRG Esport Syndicate in collaboration with the Fusion Prime Official, Simp Official, Draco Official, and Vista Official as well. Here we are for the quarterfinals. This is the third quarterfinal of this of tonight, obviously. And it's between Team Vitality versus Team Lost Daddies. Lost Daddies into the blue side, Team Vitality into the red side this time. And let's see how the first pick will be affecting the Lost Daddies draft in the casting deck. It's your boy STZ, and with me is none than my fellow co-caster, who is my good friend Itami. Hello, Itami. You saw the first match. You saw there was a lot of fault from Vitality Esports. They were about to win, but then the Aerithal happened, and now they are back into the game. Are you thinking for a third set, or will it be enough for Lost Daddies in this match?
Considering the performance last time, Vitality put up a game, but the problem was overextension as well as Alpha. He was kind of diving in, without his proper backup from his teammates. So that might have been one of the reasons why they ended up losing the first game. But still, second, game number two, I guess they still have the potential to make up a comeback, unless their, what do you call it, the mental spirit or the team spirit have been kind of tilted from how the first game ended up for them, because early game advantage was definitely for their side, and if they were able to keep up with that momentum, then it could have been an easy kind of game for Vitality. But Lost Daddies had different ideas, and their discipline kind of paid off. So second game wise, I do believe Vitality, hopefully they will be, they will be looking up onto the mistakes and they will be trying to not make those mistakes like they made onto the previous game.
I'll only say that Vitality should go for something who can catch up the backlines. As per the previous match, they don't have some heroes like that. Only Hilda was there, and already they got the counter for the Hilda. That's the Phobius, and he was disrupting herself every time in the fights. So maybe this time they're gonna do that for them. But right now, because a Leia ban or another ban will be obvious for sure from the side of Lost Daddies. But before that, the Matilda will be taken out from the side of Lost One. I mean, Lost Daddies, and the last ban coming from them. Maybe a Badang this time, or he can go for, I mean, Kimi as well. I mean, if they don't want the Kimi into their side.
Yeah, definitely. Because Kimmy, yeah, it can actually be a first priority, but it's not happening. For it happened out of the previous game, but it didn't work out for some reason, and it was the overextension. So maybe Team LD they will be going out with the Kimmy instead this time. So the draft actually looks pretty similar to the previous one. What do you say? Like game number one, this is the same set of bands we actually saw.
But it's kind of lost one. Shouldn't have gone for that Lucas
Oh,
ban
Kimmy
because the
ban.
first pick for them, and they should have gone for the Lucas. But they were maybe planning for that Kimi pick onto their side. That's the reason they went for Lucas ban. But thoroughly judged everything and banned that Kimi for them as well by the side of Vitality. And look at that, Badang. I was talking about him for the ban section, but he will be seen in the match because he got picked by Team Lost Daddy, the Lost Daddies at this point, and this depicts that the Phobius and Harith is still on, and maybe they will be picked by the side of Lost Daddies because they need something which can deal the damage as well and give some disruption to the backline. No, two tanky frontliners, Basha, further Rome. It's also, I mean, two flex picks. We can't say anything. Gatot, Rome, EXP, anything. Basha, Rome, as well as Jungle. I mean, you'll not believe it, Ami. Previously, I was thinking that Basha is only for Jungle, but in these 2 days, I'm seeing this Basha in Rome more than a Jungle. Therefore, I'm saying it's also a flex pick nowadays due to those anti-heal ability getting buff.
It actually can be, it actually can be like the Lucas, because Lucas is EXP as well as jungle, but as you said, this Baksha is roam as well as jungle. So I am yet to witness Baksha jungle onto a tournament, like onto my casting at least. So yeah, Baksha, I mostly see him onto the jungle position. They have prioritized it this time because I do believe it was previous game they didn't try to go at with it. Oh, okay. A Chow as well as a Florin. And you have a Badang for your side as well. So where is this Chow going?
Hyper?
Hmm?
Jungle?
Maybe?
Big question right now. I mean, Chao Jungle. I've been seeing it from like when I was watching YouTube and it was Cho TV came for my feed and there was the Cho Jungle. I never see it in a tournament and because it's not that much effective, only single target hero having a lot of immense damage when he do jungle with the Master Assassin emblem being on, even the lethal ignition as well. But right now, in the tournament where you are playing a match point set for yourself, I don't think it's a good idea because the third set have a toss as well. So you should remember that thing in this tournament. So I mean, okay,
Yeah.
they're going for it, but maybe planning for a Florin mid. I've been seeing today in a ranked match there was a Florin mid in my team. You can say it's a dark.
Um, Duck system, maybe. The last time I did saw a jungle Chow was back in M4 when Kartizi used out the Chow jungle, and he was a complete utility, like on to complete defensive build with the Chow onto the jungle. So that kind of situation, it is like Chow is a really good setter. He can be used out as a roamer mostly onto the like pro scene. Actually, we see the Chow roam as well as onto the ranks. he is kind of a hero that makes out his way onto the meta no matter what it is, and he is quite usable. But onto this lineup is questionable because if you didn't have the Badan, then maybe you can be going out with a tanky kind of a Chow for sets. But where will this guy be going? It will be the main question. But looking at the bans, it will be the Haya as well as the Jushin and the Joy getting banned out. So regular bans, I would say, considering the fact these positions are open and the Sicilian is still open, so it can actually be a good late game insurance for the side of Team LD.
I'm not sure what is going on. I mean, we've been thinking that Cho is what is that Cho doing there? And Team Lost Daddies, they are, I mean, Vitality, they are going for a Hayabusa ban, maybe planning for that Joy pick onto their side and Basha Rome. That was the reason, and that may be depicted by the side of Lost Daddies, and they banned that Joy. Everything going here is literally confusing, guys, for us, for you, for everybody. I'm not sure. I mean, were they going for that Basha jungle or roam? Will this Chow going for the jungle or for roam? What is that Florin doing there? I mean, it's like, what's the dog doing? It's like that. It's going like that. I mean, what's the Cho doing? I mean, totally confusion ही confusion है. Solution का कुछ पता नहीं like that. Let's see how it goes. I mean, the last ban is yet to come, and as Itami said about the Sicilian, I'll also go through it because when you see a Jushin ban, that means a Sicilian is about to come, and also Jushin ban depicts one more thing, Itami, that Basha may be in the jungle because whenever we see a utility jungler, Jushin helps a lot to counter it down. So maybe that's the reason they went for the Jushin ban.
Maybe, or it is taking some time, so it might be actually a mispick, or maybe we can go out with a redraft. We are not so sure because we are yet to be receiving any update. But for
But I
now,
don't see
like,
any ABM
yeah,
here.
yeah, that's the thing.
I said I don't see any ABM here.
Oh my god. Okay, Angela is getting years, and looks like team, what do you call it? The other team, they will be proceeding with those picks, and they will be they will be going with maybe a jungler or maybe a gold laner.
Okay, sorry for that. I got some network issue, and I was thinking about when you said that redraft thing. I just have some horror dreams of some night. I'll not say that here. But look at that. The Moscow will be picked up for the side of team Vitality Esports. And we're going to see Angela ban as well. But what if the Chow will be in the jungle section? The Hayabusa ban was totally west because what if right now team Lost Daddies will be coming with a carry as the goal laner and will be slamming up the Gatotkacha Basha as well because we all know that she's a tank killer. She's a tank melter. She can do that thing, and she's open right now. No bans to the carry yet, and let's see how
Oh,
it goes. I mean,
okay.
yet we're gonna see maybe a mid laner as well from the
Julian.
side of team Lost Daddy. So much confusion. Let's see if the pick will tell everything. Okay, I was. It was a bit.
Uh, you know, mm, I'll give you my thoughts. It can actually be a Florin mid lane, like you said, and a Chow roam, or maybe it is a Chow mid lane as well as a Florin roam. That
Or
can
maybe it
be,
can be a Julian
yeah,
mid lane and Chao jungle.
yeah, that can actually be the case as well. We are kind of confused, but okay, they will be LD, not LD, Vitality completing their draft with the Phobius pick. And Phobius, yeah, it can actually be working out because you have the mobility for your side too. For the enemy side, it's the Julian as well as the Chow and the Badang with those mobilities, as well as the Granger actually with the Rondo. He can be using it. And if you ask me the draft, I do believe Team Vitality, they have a utility kind of a more meta reliant. And Chow, it might be kind of an experiment pick, or maybe they have one of the best Chow users, so they are kind of confident with it.
5 seconds till the
Let's see how
enemy
it goes.
reaches the
But right
battlefield.
now we are heading into the
Smash
lineup
them.
zone for the second set of the BO
Okay.
All
series
troops
between
deployed.
team Lost Daddies versus Vitality Esports, and this time it will be a match point match for Lost Daddies, but as the do or die for the Vitality Esports. If they wants to go to the semifinals. They need to win this match. They need to contest for the third set. Let's see how it goes. Viewers, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, share the stream to your friends. Don't forget to like the stream, and don't forget to tell me in the chat as well. I mean, if you're a supporter of Vitality Esports, let me know that they're gonna win this match or not. If you're a supporter of Lost Daddies, let me know that too. Here we are. Look at that already. I mean, the start is a kind of bit hefty for the Chow. Got some damage from the Fursa.
Yeah, and apparently it is. I'm kind of unsure because he was going on. That is Rome Chow apparently with the EXP Badang in the mid lane Florence. So we don't see this quite often. And as you said, maybe they got inspired by the rank game you recently had as TZ. But anyways, the rotations are coming up. Chow is already getting by. Oh, look at the guy.
Okay. I mean, a lot of damage, but managed to escape. That is what Shunpo is. And you were telling about the Florian mid. I literally won that match. I was like, how I won that match, I don't know, but I won that match. And I mean, in the mid game, the Florian held me a lot. I was playing Julian at that moment, so it's kind of I mean, same thing is coming on. Julian is here as well. I don't know how it goes for Lost Daddies. But there you go. I mean, a little bit of pooky damage being on from that Gatot Kacha and Riverside right now on for both the teams. And it's kind of looking that like Vitality Esports is having that upper hand for this first turtle.
Yeah, the first turtle yet to be coming as well as the first blood is yet drawn. So Chow, okay, it is kind of questionable, but looks like it will be Team Vitality contesting the turtle first. They might be going for the commitment as well, but the jungler is not yet up to the position, and it will be an easy turtle as well as a team fight might be coming up.
Yep, and here you go. Maybe you're gonna see a first blood. No, at a sliver of HP, managed to escape back with a roller coaster ride being on, and Forza will be safe for the first moment, and the turtle being secured down by Vitality Esports, giving them a little bit of EXP as well as gold, but not much. We can't say that it's a goal lead established by them yet, but the first blood yet to come, and maybe we will not see the first blood now because they're playing very defensively. They're waiting for the neutral objective to come up and will be taking the fight over there.
Yep, and looks like they might. The turtle is, there is a lot of cooldown for the turtle actually. For like, interesting fact is the first blood is yet to be coming up from any of the teams, but Baksha might be trying to look up for that initiation onto the torrent.
Yep, and here you go. Julian with the Enhance first and coming on with the chain Enhance from there. Way of Dragon being connected, but will be mispositioned by that Cho, and it will be a first blood with the featherweight strike coming from the first. And look at that. Artemis coming back into the safer zone after. I mean, that's a great idea. Cho went for the backliner. Artemis was there to haul back the Julian and the co. And they managed to take down the kill. Second Enhance to get back.
Might actually like get the blue buff as well, but I do down, but still it will be quite up to the time, and looks like they will be trying to invade onto the jungle as well as a team fight coming up.
SOD being on over there. Feather strike will be cancelled down by the Cho, but it will be Moscow taking down the Florin at this point. And look at the Forza going on to that Granger. He'll be fine, but dealing a lot of damage at this point in the early game. This Forza need to be stopped, or otherwise it will be, I mean, argy-bargy situation for the side of Lost Daddies. But look at that, Infernal Pursuit onto the Cho. Cho recalling back. I mean, I have seen one lineup, Itami. There were Hilda in the mid lane by LCF. This time, I've been seeing this Florin mid lane, so I don't know how it goes for them. In the late game, maybe it will work, but early game, I don't see anything great.
Exactly, and it's kind of questionable that the Chow roam is not working out, and looks like he might be invaded as.
Yep. And he will be cut off again, going for that first, getting down again and again. That is something Team Lost Daddies wouldn't have expecting at this point. And here we go. I mean, Julian being there, having a little bit of, we can say, farm difference than that Artemis because of the team losing the goal by giving some kills away from them. Even they didn't manage to secure the turtle as well, so that may be the reason right now they are having a 2k goal lead.
Yeah, exactly. And looks like the Baksha, he is trying to engage.
AOG coming on, feather airstrike. 1 second, the SOD will connect. Julian will be getting down, and look at that spear of misery. Double kill for the Katotkacha onto the Florin. And right now, Cho being there in the tier 1 will not be helpful for him to get any fatalities for VE or any way of dragon onto them. And it's look like the second neutral objective will be easily secured by them. But till now, they are going for that first tier.
And it will actually be taken down quite easily. So it's just the objective kind of gameplay coming up from the side of Team Vitality, but they are able to work it out. But the team fight comes up.
Yup, and again the feather airstrike dealing a lot of damage. In the backside, we can see the Basha is right now re-engaging. And look at that, Infernal Pursuit will be coming on. Julian will be getting down. A beautiful engage by the Vitality Esports in just 6 minutes of the game, claiming 6 kills onto them as well as a 5k goal lead. I don't see any comeback at this point for LD.
Yeah, first game you had, first game came up with a comeback, and second game, I guess it was kind of a draft issue or maybe something like that, because it might be experimental chow with the mid lane Florin, but it's not working out at all. And they will be going out for the third objective quite easily, an uncontested turtle. And looks like Baksha, he will be trying to invade onto that blue buff onto the Julian as well, but no, he might actually go out with a Granger. He is taking some time, and they are quite forming onto a position for the next team fight.
I mean, they know the Moscow will be fine at this point, and he can come up with SOD. And as you said, the blue buff will be stolen easily by the side of Vitality Esports. They need it. They know that they are up right now with their hand onto LD, so they are doing each and every sort of things a dominative team do when having a goal lead. But right now we can see a little bit of split pushing going on. Infernal Pursuit maybe come up 1v1. No, Julian going back. That's a good decision. I mean, you know that you're not that much farm right now to take on any fight. If you're gonna take any 5v5 or any gank right now, you'll be losing the goal and nothing else.
Yep, and for now, I have any opening for the side of Team LT to be actually doing up something onto those team fights, because it's completely utility dependent kind of draft for the side of VE. And the Vitality, oh my goodness, these guys.
Yup, killing spree. That's a nice one. This Farsa is right now doing hell a lot of things, and here you go, the Moscow with that XP coming out of the Julian. Basha will be claiming the kill. They will be getting the second tier, and the placings will be up in before 9 minutes. That is insane, guys. This is insane. I mean, Team VE is not giving a single chance to the Lost Daddies to retaliate back into a zone. They're not giving that zone even. Feather airstrike once again.
Yeah, and they are going out for the objectives as well, and they are able to secure it quite easily. So it only remains with the inhibitor towers for the side of Team LD, and the Lord is almost up as well. So just go out for the Lord and end the game as soon as possible will be the main objective. But my question here is, can LD secure even a single kill at this game? That's the question.
That the question is too heavy for them as well, because at this point they don't want someone to crowd control. For crowd control only, I mean, if you're gonna say the Badang is there, I'm not sure about it, because the level, if you see the levels of other players, with the Gatot Kacha in level 10 at this point, and only Sir Kizaru and Super L are in level 10. So I mean, the roamer and the jungler and MM are in the same level. LD and V is roamer. So it's kind of, I mean, they're having the farm difference, and this is the only thing which is letting them be in that backlash situation, which is 9k goal lead already in just 9 minutes of game. So I think this game will just persist for maybe 11 minutes, because the Lord right now coming on here the mid lane, placing min up. Okay, the game will be going for 12 minutes.
Yeah, and looks like they will be somehow able to maybe hold it out, but onto the mid. VE, they are making sure the lane sync is quite up, and look at the lane syncing from them, Ash. This is how a lane syncing is supposed to be happening. All from the lanes, the minions are marching, and there will be a team fight.
Obviously, and look at that, Madara entering into the blazing. But before that, Basha will be entering into the base and giving a lot of damage. Feather airstrike being on at this point at a very bad positioning. Basha will be caught off guard. Let's see how it goes. But the AOG will be there to save the Basha, but the Basha will be taken down with the turret damage. And the Florin will be the one to claiming that kill on herself. It will be Julian taking down the Katotkacha as well. Overextensions once again from the BE. Lost a lot of kills, lost a lot of gold right now, and the answer for Itami's question: 3 kills.
Oh, finally. I guess they kind of heard it and they, used it as a motivation. So that is good for them. And maybe LD, Vitality, we did see it on the previous game as well, that the overextension comes up from their side. And, the overextension was the reason why they ended up losing the first game as well. LD are still on to the match point. So you can't risk it out. It would be better actually for the side of Team
Red
Vitality.
team
You
turret
try
has
to
been
go out for the
destroyed.
end and the inhibitors, even though the link syncing was there, they were not able to take them down.
I think the previous one they got the Irithel into their hand. It was the X factor, but this time a Granger is there. Early snowball, he doesn't got enough, so I don't think he can make the team win at this point. And even though Florin is there, healing a lot of things because the mid game is already here, and I think the items would have been there for the Florin to heal the whole team properly. Let's see. No, not
Yeah,
yet.
and oh, the Lord will be up anytime soon. Baksha might be trying to go out with the, but the LD, they are making sure they just don't dive in onto that Lord fight directly. Maybe they will be risking it out this time, trying to contest out for the Lord, but it might actually not be quite worth it because Moskov, I guess it's the farm advantage onto his side as well, and looks like it might be another uncontested Lord. Yeah, it will be an uncontested Lord because Julian is on no position to be actually contesting it.
Red
I
team
mean, you'll
turret
not
has
believe
been
it, Tommy.
destroyed.
What I just saw in the item bills from the side of Vitality, they didn't put any anti-heal for themselves. Only flowing one is there for Farsa, and no dominance ice yet for any of the tanks. I mean, not even the Basha, not even the Gatotkacha, not even the Phobius. I mean, they don't fear this Florin at all. This is so. I mean, interesting. I mean, the support meta is going on. Everyone fears the Florin. But Team Vitality Esports, it doesn't fear the Florin. They know that this Florin is not that much good at this point. For the mid lane, where the Roma Chow is there, who is kind of feeding at this point. You can say that because it's 1-1 for the show. Got a kill as well. Right now, Lord encouraging, deflecting his movement. SOD will be connecting
SOD.
over there. Inhibitor falling down at this point. Basha initiating a fight. AOG coming up with a airstrike, cutting up that Florin.
Oh no.
You know, it's a Julian being taken down. Minions marching towards the base. They will be taking another inhibitor as well, and I think it will be the end maybe because the whole team will be ready for that. Let's see if they can clear it out. Cho being there using the Shunpo, but letting a lot of damage from the Moscow, and the healing coming from this Florin is too much, but they will be locking the base with the minions into the base, and it will be almighty push and a game number 3 for Vitality Esports. Let's see who will be farming up this match, who will be taking on the game 3, and who will be claiming the ticket for the semi-finals. The BO3 series is yet on because the score is 1-1.
Exactly, and the Chow was questionable. When the Chow was already questionable, they decided to go out with the Chow onto the Roma as well as the didn't work out as expected, and it will give them the vitality. What do you call it onto Hindi? The Jivan Dan actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, Vitality still have one game to prove, or maybe LD might be coming up with a better strategy. We don't know yet, so we will be seeing that onto the game number 3, Ash.
Yes. Let's go for the game number 3. Before that, we'll be taking a short break. Hello everyone, back into the quarterfinals of Haunted Arena Origin powered by RRG Esport Syndicates in collaboration with Vision Prime and Simp Official and Draco Official and Vista as well. Here we are for the third set of this BO3 series against Vitality Esports versus Team Lost Daddies. Lost Daddies lost one match and took it to the third set. Let's see how it goes. In the casting deck, it's your boy STZ, and with me, it's everybody's daddies. That is Itami.
Oh my god. Okay, this time once again a fanny ban. So that is definitely a target ban coming up. So the Baksha is also understandable considering the fact how well Vitality did onto the previous game. So yeah, they are just going out with the regular bans. Hayabusa, it's also understandable. They will just, go out with those heroes which has been prioritized onto the last two games. The Haya as well as the Baksha, we already saw them on action, and these were the two heroes whichever team they got, they managed to actually get out the game as well. But onto the perm ban section, it is the Fanny as well as the Lucas.
I mean, it's like the game analyzed bans, which we do see in the third set, fifth set of BO5, BO3, BO7, like that. So this is how it's going right now for both the teams. And here we are for the last ban from the side of Team Vitality. It will be Kimi in the first banning phase. And maybe we're going to see a Badang ban or a Kalea as well, because Kalea is still open. No teams wants the Kalea to be on. Okay, the Kalea will be on. Gloob will be in the banning list. That means Vitality can go for the Kalea for the first pick.
Yeah, Kalia can actually be a good option. Me is also banned out, and maybe yeah. Oh my goodness, good prediction, Ash. That is like speak of the devil. And Kalea will be prioritized on to the mid, not the mid actually. It's the EXP as well as onto the roam position. So a flex pick coming up quite early. But to answer that, it will be a Badang as well as a Katukacha getting directly picked out from the side of Team LD.
I mean, the apprentice will be stopped by the sensei, that is Badang, here, and there will be Gatotkacha again. I think three games we saw three Gatotkacha. And it will be fun to see again this Gatotkacha. And Gatotkacha is doing great to catch up the backliners, but Phobius will open and will be taken down by
Okay.
Vitality with a late game Godfather. Cecilian will be there, and it is depicting a lot of things from Vitality. I mean, draft that they are ready for the fight. Two backline divers, even they didn't pick the jungle yet. One late game potential hero already being on. I think Vitality already won the draft.
Maybe or maybe not, because okay, that is a Kalea onto the room apparently, because the phobias has been picked out, and maybe they might be. Oh, okay, this is one of the heroes for the side of Team LD. They were actually able to pull it off thanks to that Novaria onto the first game. So they are experimenting it out once again, and Novaria is actually a good option because for the crowd control, you have the Badang as well as the Katurkacha. For sets, they are there. And for the magic damage, you go out with the Navaria. That is a good option. So I would say good draft coming up for the side of Team LD as well. But the question is, how will Vitality? Okay, looks like they have decided to go out with the Rithil ban, and they are banning out the gold laners, which is understandable because both of the sides they are yet to pick out a gold laner. The Irithel is an option, and there are other options as well. So let's see what they will be proceeding with.
Yup, and Irithil will be taken out. I was thinking when you were talking about the Novaria pick, I was thinking about the Irithil as well, and they literally just went for the Irithil ban because she was the X factor of the first set. But right now, not. I mean, a lot of MMs are open. Kimi is in the ban list. Irithel is in the ban list, but Beatrix is open. Moscow is there. Brody is there. Even somehow I see Clint in the goal lane nowadays as well. But what if Team Vitality Esports will be going with the Harith because they got the Phobius into their hand, the counter of Harith. So I don't think Team Lost Daddies will be picking that Harith for themselves. So maybe we can see a Harith into their side, but banning that Moscow depicts a Granger will be coming for the side of Lost Daddies.
Exactly, and maybe they might go out with the jungler ban for the side of Team Vitality. We mostly saw the utility junglers coming up from their side, and there are actually options like the alpha is also open, so maybe they might be going out with the alpha. But I would I would actually like to see an assassin pick coming out from the side of Team Vitality Esports, or maybe they will be playing out with those objective kind of gameplays, which will be given out by the utility junglers mostly. So Granger has been prioritized by LD this time, and Vitality was the one previously, I guess, who picked out the Granger right onto those two games.
I think it's LD.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
No.
The first
First game,
game was first
yeah.
game. Vitality picked the Granger, but in the second one, LD was with the Granger.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 50% win rate, let's say. Okay, I was expecting a utility jungler, and yeah, that will be a Fredrin followed by the carry. So carry against the Badang as well as the Gatot can actually be okay. But if LD goes out with the assassins, then the carry might actually not be that great option because the Granger onto the leaning phase, I guess he has a better advantage against that carry.
You can say that Kalea is a support, so it do help the Fedrin a lot. I mean, not a lot. Can heal him up into a little range, but can help him up. You can say that. But right now, Alpha or something Xborg. Wow, that's totally out of blue. We are not even thinking
No,
about it.
Ash, actually, Xborg is a good answer here because it counters out the Fredrin. So it's actually a good option, let's say, but you don't have the healings for your side. It's only the Gatot. So the additional shields won't be up, but a counter pick, definitely, yes. And Expert can actually be a good pick if initiated well, and if he's able to, just get that War Axe as well as maybe the Sky Piercer, and he can just go out with the War Axe, and complete defense build can be coming up. So the Firaja armor won't be popping out anytime soon onto that mid as well as the lead game phase as the game progresses. So Export can be a good option, but maybe Vitality
5
this time their
seconds till the
execution can
enemy
be up to the
reaches the
point, and we
battlefield.
might be seeing
Smash them!
something different. But this will be the
All
decider.
troops
Game
deployed.
number three and the final game, which will be deciding who will be proceeding on to the semifinals, Vitality or Team Lost Daddies. So here we are on to the land of dawn.
Yes, we are for the into the land of dawn for the third set between the Team LD versus BE. The BO3 series going on. It's a quarterfinals, guys. Let's see who will be having the joy for themselves, who will be having the ticket for the semifinals. But before that, you said about that Xbox pick coming on for that Fedrin, for that backliners as well. But I mean, not much effective backline divers right now into the team of Lost Daddies, other than if the Gatotkachas AOG will be doing some miracle, just like the first set. If you remember that double kill was the game changer for the team Lost Daddies. Right now, let's see how it goes. Both of the teams started it with a defensive approach, though doesn't want to go for a brawl server gameplay. Banning that Suyu was effective, I can say. I mean, here Suyu would have been a great pick, but look at that, joining the situation. Kalea will be caught off guard. First blood for the Xbox. Last Insanity coming on to the Celian. Flicker will be popped up for the save. He will be safe as well. And look at that. Oh my goodness, the astral shot again coming on from that Nubaria. Joining out the situation, but they lost the Kalea. That was overextension.
Yeah, 1-0. It was the Roma who can down, and looks like there might be an initiation coming up soon, but the turtle yet to be spawned. And for now, LT they are having a good head start because it was a jungler who got the kill, and if he keeps up with that momentum, it's a good sign for him. Oh,
Yep. And here we go. Oh my goodness, I thought they will be attacking on the phobias, but before that, we can see the Fedrin already started the turtle dance. Right now, without anyone from the side of Lost Dad is being at the river side to take down the turtle, joining out the situation by that Astralico, but it will not be much to get any kills or any fight or any contest for the turtle by the LD side. That was not acceptable. Having a skill for your side. I mean, you have the upper hand, but maybe the armor was the thing that didn't win for the contest.
Yeah, and they didn't even try time, onto the early game phase because she is a support fighter and she doesn't have that much healings onto the early phases of the game, as well as the HP is not that great compared to other HP heroes like and other HP tanks, I would say. In LD they are having quite a good lead, even if the turtle was taken down from the side. And by far I would say it will be depending upon the next initiations coming up.
See how it goes against a carry. I mean, Granger do was great against a carry, but in the late game, if got the snowball, early snowball, the carry can melt each and every one down. But Xbox is there, as we're talking about. The last insanity can be pulling up that carry out from the map, so it can be happen. But right now, a disruption will be there. Sanquin Claus will be missed. He will be going on to the Gatot Kacha. Will not see any engage from the team because they don't want it to. You know that they will be waiting for the turtle maybe, and look at the Xbox Zone, Super L being there, Granger coming on, Rhapsody being on, Last Insanity coming up right now, Flicker being on, and here will be a Gatot Kacha's AOG wiping the carry out from the map, but look at that, catching up the Xbox at this point, didn't use that precious raid, but will be getting a kill as well. 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, a 1-for-1, but still LD having the better control, let's say, and looks like they will be contesting for the turtle, or maybe not, because Vitality, the Fredrin is already there for the turtle, and the Xborg, he had to go back. I guess he was taken down onto that process, so yeah, he will be taking his time, and looks like Vitality will be trying to contest for the turtle first, but initiation might be coming out from the Gatot.
Badang already given the rotation right now. Poppy is being there as well, but I think the Turtle having an upper advantage from the side of team. Look at that, by the Esports claiming the second neutral objective as well. But right now, overextending the move, will be using the flicker for the save. But look at that, the fight will be on, re-engaging back. AOG coming on. A lot of taunting events happening right now, but here will be Xbox being there with the armor on for them. But Sanquin Claws with a bad impact will be taking down the Gatot Kacha. Last Insanity, boom bam for that Predrin to take him out as well in the process. 1-for-1 trade already, but the winning trade is still on to the BE because they got the turtle. But look at that. I think it's a 2-for-1 trade because turtle and a kill for BE and only one kill for the side of LD, joining out the situation, but no one is there to take out that invade for the blue buff.
I agree. And one thing for the side of Team LA is they have the setters for their side, but the problem is they don't have the healers. So Xborg, even if he tries to initiate with those team fights, he is kind of low on HP. Novaria using that Astral Echo actually to force out onto the tower in order to take it down, but looks like it will be taking some time. And LD as well as LD, look at them, they still have the goal lead, even if two towers from the side, two turtles actually from the side of Team Vitality was taken down. So I guess it will be taking them some amount of good kills that will actually bring them the goal lead back.
Yep, and with this, we can see a kind of a possible fight will be there in the mid lane, but this Sicilian need to be stopped at this point because he is dealing a lot of damage from the backline, and no one is there to catch him up. Even the Xbox is not attacking, but right now the Totkacha in a very bad position. AOG will be used for the save. To be safe as well, revitalizing popped up. A lot of resources got burned for the Totkacha before the turtle come.
No, turtle yet to be spawned, and looks like the Piraja are might be taken down, Badang.
That's what it is.
A
It's
good
a game
answer,
of two turtles.
actually. Yeah, that was the jungler, so that is a free turtle definitely. As soon as the turtle spawned, maybe Vitality, slowly but surely they are gaining back the lead.
I mean, Itami, they knows that they will be taking this turtle for themselves. That's the reason they just went for the fight. But right now, once again, we may be gonna see a fight because Kalea initiating it at this point. Gatotkacha going back. Death Sonata coming on from the back line. Granger being there, joining out this perfectly by that Novaria. But there is always a but. Sicilian coming back and the whole team dismantling at this point. Doesn't want to engage.
Yeah, and tower advantage, Vitality, even if they took down three turtles, I guess the tower is only they only have one tower advantage for the side. Okay, the initiation might be that.
Yep, and look at that. AOG coming on. Oh my goodness, melting down that Phobia. The scary being there, and Cecilia will be getting a kill on the Badang. And it will be Kathotkacha getting down. Xbox getting a kill on the Kalea. 2 for 3. 2 for 2 trade right now. And it's kind of team LG is losing the fight, we can say, because they were in the half HP. If there will be no tears there, it could have been a wipeout for them.
Yeah, and not having a healer is actually, oh my goodness, Sicilian. You have to watch out for him because it's already been the mid game, and I guess the itemizations are also quite up for him. The stacks, yeah, he is getting those stacks as soon as possible. So late game Sicilian is definitely going to be hurting, as like if he doesn't get taken down onto those team fights, then that will be one of the main damage dealers for the side of Team Vitality.
203, not even a single death for the Cecilian will be a big problem. Kalea initiating the fight at this point and will be giving a tsunami slam onto the Novaria, getting catch over the backliner at the slaver of HP, backing down right at this point. Kalea will be taken down, double kill with the last insanity. Carry will be the X Factor, will be the out of syllabus question right now, taking down. But here it will be an imaginary scenario for the Ranger taking down that Fedrin as well. 2 for 3 trade. That's a good one from LD.
Yep, and LD, they just took down the jungler for the side of Team Vitality. So even if you didn't want the three turtles, you have the Lord for your side, and it will be an uncontested Lord. And LD, they are playing it out quite disciplined, and that will be an uncontested Lord for the side of Team Lost Daddies. Looks like they will be trying to get as much towers as possible onto this Lord, because it's only one tower for any of the teams.
Yep, and that was a unnecessary fight, we can say, just happened by the side of Vitality Esport, losing the Lord and some turrets as well. I mean, a little bit of soothing effect for the side of LD. Again, the Kalea initiating the fight with a very wrong approach. Why a poor man was there. So, I mean, remember, he just went for the Tsunami Slam onto inside the turret and do catch up the Novaria, but in this process, managed to get down with the Fedrin as well. The last insanity was literally totally insane at that point when he got the double kill.
Exactly, and the Lord will be marching from side. Looks like the lane sinking is quite not up to the point, but the second tower being secure for the side of Team LD, they are not overextending any team fights because they don't have that dive-in kind of assassin composition, but still it's the utility, and it might have the better trades. But Badang was trying to dive in. He does use the fist crack, but still he doesn't have the minions, so it would be better they just pack it out.
Easy defend from Vitality Esports. Even doesn't give that tier 3 in the mid as well, and that's a good approach from them. But look at that, GG joining from that Badang to that Fedrin. He was there to initiate a fight maybe. But right now, the big question is who's gonna catch up the Novaria again? Can we see a Tsunami Slam from the... Okay, look at that. So, totally zoning out that Kalea from the bush.
Yeah, LD as well. It's actually looking like a proper match this time because kill count wise, it's only one. Like there's only one difference, and towers as well. So if Vitality they get the better traits onto that next upcoming team fight, then maybe they might be the ones who might actually capitalize onto it. But Xbox was trying to just trying to take the blue buff, and looks like he actually did with like he actually was able to take it down.
Everything we can say that is I mean +1 gold tower kill everything from LD side right now. And look at that, initiating the fight again. Tsunami Slam coming up, but it will be a flicker to get out from the situation. That's a nice one. Burned out a lot of resources before the Lord come up, but it was totally worth it because couldn't have lost him at this point because he is the initiator as well and the backline catcher, because Badang needed mostly in the team fight. Again, a team fight cutting up. Fishback will be on, and it will be Granger from the backline, totally taking down that veteran with his 5-piercer on. AOG coming up for the backline, and it will be a lot of damage towards that 4PS. 4PS with Infernal Pursuit will be shown out by the Novaria and will be taken down as well. Killing spree for the Granger. The Granger is back. The Granger is online. Carry being off guard at this point will be recalling back, but maybe gonna zone out Batang. Going on to the carry at this point. Carry doing a lot of damage on the Batang, melting her down. But it will be Granger's Rhapsody will be taking a mega kill, an unofficial triple kill we can say for the LD's Granger, and an easy lot for them as well. Kalea being back into the zone, but will not be able to do anything at this point. Second lot being on to the LD side.
A good 3 for 0 as well as the Lord. So is the opening LD needed, and looks like they will be able to do a lot with it because it will be much chonky compared to the previous one. Sicilian, he is on 205 as well as he got the, but it will be depending upon how well his team will be able to hold out as well as initiate. That is the problem, and I guess they might not able to be actually capitalize onto it because the advantage, the Granger, like I said, he already has a really good KDA as well as the gold advantage is better compared to the carry. So, this holding this one out will be quite tough.
And now you're gonna see a lot of fight from the side of LD because they know the Granger is back. He's online and he got the Skyfiercer stack. Tsunami Slam will be there also for the Granger. Rhapsody being on again. And it's Sonata right now pointing out the veteran, killing spree with the bad impact by the Sicilian. You know, a lot of resources burned by the Sicilian, but he managed to take that Badang, who was the biggest hindrance for the backliners.
Yep, and looks like, okay, the Lord has been taken down once again. It was not actually enough to end it, but the damage has actually been done. So it would be better for the side of Team LD if they don't over-initiate onto any team fights and they will be just waiting for Team Vitality to actually make up a mistake. They might be trying to engage, and Novaria, she will just be playing those poking games with those Astral Echoes, not those Astral, but the Meteors, as well as the Team Vitality. They need to find an opening, to be honest, and they haven't been able to do so because if Fredrin tries to initiate, it is the Xbox completely bursting the Fredrin down with the true damage as well as the burns coming up from him. So
it's kind of, you can say that, Itami, they are waiting that Kalea to initiate first. They know that Vitality Esports is kind of, that student who will be going toward the exam like, I'll write everything. Then, okay, what I will write. They know that they got that overconfident and they do that overextension moves. So therefore, they're right now again waiting for that Kalea. We have seen it from the first blood in the that turret dive Novaria kill as well, and then we saw it in the third time as well. But right now, again, a fight is popping up. Armor will be off from that Xbox at this point, but the flick, immortality is still on to him, so he will not be affected by it. Let me see the item section. I want to see the Xbox item right now. Is he totally tank build? Yeah.
It's only the halberd as well as the war.
Yeah. And again, a fight is popping up at this moment. AOG coming up. Oh my goodness. It will be Phobius getting down. Monster kill for the Granger. Carry managed to slain that Gatot Kacha, but a double kill will be secured by the Granger. Bad impact coming on. And the Lord will be the one shutting down with the help of the Sicilian onto the Granger. Bad impact coming on. Last Insanity being there. Boom, bam, the Granger. After the Granger's death, it will be a redemption for the Xbox to taking down that Sicilian. But no, if I will be going, I'll be taking a mage out as well. And Novaria got down as well, but look at that. Only Badang and the Co, that is Xbox, will be there. Carry, will it be enough for her to take down the Xbox and the Lord as well? I think she can make it.
Nah, she won't be trying to, I guess, because it is kind of risky, as well as that is an Xbox jungle, so he does have the retribution. But looks like she got some backup. The Phobius has been up, and okay, a wise choice coming up from the side of Team LD. They didn't have them. Most importantly, they didn't have the Granger, so it was better to be backing out, and they actually made a wise decision out there. They tried to initiate. Maybe the Lord would have been going out for the side of Team Vitality, even if the retribution game would have been up to the point. Xbox doesn't have his immortality, so it would actually have been better if he went for the immortality quite early, Ash.
Yep, and look at Kalea. She wants to again going for. I mean, immortality was there. It got popped off. Therefore, the reason he doesn't have it's in the cooldown right now. But right now, look at that. I mean, Lord Dance being on from both these sides. I feel like Appraiser's Race, Last Insanity, both of these things have
Oh,
that
oh, oh.
potential to take down the Lord. But right now, AOG coming up. It will be a retreat from the Fedrin, getting down the Lord. But it will be Granger slaying that Cecilia shot down for the Xbox, as well as the Kalea got off that Thothkacha. Three man already being there, but two men already down from the side. But look at that flicker coming up with the Granger's Rhapsody being there. But Badang going on to the two man will not be much for them. It's like the Lord being stolen, but the LD kind of won the fight.
Yeah, and looks like the Lord is coming up from the top side, and it was actually the Fredrin who got the retribution, right? So it is the Lord for the side of Team Vitality, and that is not an evolved Lord, but still it consists of a lot of HP. So it would have been better for the side of Team LD if they got it, but the not able to get it just ended up extending the game. Kalea purified right on time.
Yep, and again, I mean, he is overconfident, doing those overextending move like AOG, and this time the carry will be gone by the Meteor. And look at that, they will be catching up the Phobius as well. Lord will be defended as well, and this is kind of LD coming back after that Lord fight. I mean, they lost the Lord with the retreat being on for that Fedrin, but look at that. Okay, Sanquid Claws being connected, but Dang right now chasing down that Fedrin. I mean, going back into the safer zone is the right choice for the Pigeon because he knows that the carry is down, damage dealer, Phoebus is down, initiator. We have no ones to fight at this point.
Yeah, and looks like they will be trying to lock in onto the mid inhibitor tower. Still, that minion will just be taken down. Sicilian's damage is online as well, but
Badang will be cut off, and it will be Sicilian's Bat Priest taking down that Badang. And look at that, revitalizing popping off. Double kill for the Sicilian from the backline, dealing a lot of damage. My goodness, look at that, Appraiser's Race. And it will be Novaria getting down, and Carry from the meantime will be coming on, and he will be taking out that Xbox as well. Only Granger being there. Minions right now for racing towards the mid
this
lane.
might be the end.
Granger only. Can he survive? Can he defend the Minions? Let's see how it goes. Sanctum Claws, okay. Flicker. Oh! Ooh, what was it? He was totally insane. That Sonata was totally insane.
Oh
And look
my!
at the double kill. Factors right. Oh my goodness. Wants to catch up the Granger will not be enough. The sole hero, the lone one, the honored one. Let's see how it goes. Flicker coming up. Disruption from the Mobius, but it will
Oh
be great.
no!
Which will be locked down by the carry. After all the tries, it will be Team Vitality Esports getting the ticket for the semi-finals, claiming the victory onto their side. 2-1 is the score. Granger, remarkable gameplay, but it is what it is. It is the night of the Vitality.
No man, so unfortunate for the side of Team LD. They kind of overextended onto that inhibitor tower fight. As soon as the Badang was taken down, you know, opponent side had a Sicilian. So it is obvious that he will be dishing out a lot of damage onto the lane. And that is what happened. Even if Granger was only taken down once, the damage was there, but initiations was there. But still, I guess that was kind of miscommunications they kind of faced, and they completely paid the price for. And LD, we won't be seeing them, onto the further stage, and they will be eliminated. But it will be Team Vitality Esports who will be, getting the tickets onto the semi-finals.
And with this, we'll be taking a short break before the second quarterfinal of tonight, which is actually the fourth quarterfinal of the series, will be happening. It between Team Mighty Minions versus Yellowstones. We have seen those two rivalries always into each and every tournament. So let's see how those two underdogs gonna perform in the next quarterfinal. Pichi and Ray will be joining you to entertain the whole match as the casters, and me, Astizi and Itami will be signing off right now from the quarterfinal stage. And with this, stay tuned with us. Don't go anywhere, and do not forget to hit the subscribe button, share the stream to your friends because this is the quarterfinal right now, kicking off at the Haunted Arena Origin, powered by RRG Esport Syndicate. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Love you all.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. You guys are watching the Hunted Arena Origin Season 1. Here we are with the Pole B quarterfinals. Little bit steps away from the grand finale. Both of the teams who are waiting to get a spot onto the semi-final. Let's see who will it be. Will it be Team Yellowstone or will it be Team Mighty Minions? It's going to be a best of three series, and you guys are in for a treat. I'm Peachy, your host, and I will be joined by Ray today, who has a special occasion. Hello, Ray. Happy birthday. I hope you guys, audience, wish him a good birthday too.
Thank you, Peachy, for mentioning that. Yeah, I'm older. No, I
Oh,
only grow younger. Okay,
yeah,
as years go by, I grow
backward.
younger. I If I see a single soul calling me uncle, I will tear you apart. But yeah, jokes aside, thanks for having me. Let's see how this match is gonna happen, because after all, this is a quarterfinal best of three series, and we get the next two semi-finalists. We have already gotten the vitality, right? And right now, let's see which team is gonna be. We have minions today. I think they like
Yeah.
the movie Despicable Me. So I'm not really, acquainted with the team. So I'm really curious to see how what kind of playstyle they're gonna go for. So far, emphasis on two jungle bands.
It's crazy how we have mighty minions who are yellow in color, and the other team's called Yellowstone.
That is
Crazy
crazy.
stuff.
Yeah, it's a great coincidence. They're both
Yeah.
fighting for the yellow. But yeah, let's
Mhm.
see. Technically, if you if you think, squint your eyes hard enough, a trophy is yellow. I know it's gold, but yeah, if maybe they want the yellow trophy. Hey, even I know all of this is gold. Okay, why this is colorism? Come on, why does yellow not so special but gold is special? Come on, guys, we need to fight
Both
against
are
that. But
equal.
obviously, but yeah, jokes aside, though, we're almost done with the bands, and we're seeing, of course, nothing out of the ordinary. I think it's probably going to be a Zushin or a utility fighter or a tank band, I feel like. But let's see. So far, nothing out of the ordinary. So I'm looking forward to if their picks are going to be something any special, or they're going to be playing quite of a meta oriented, going for the flex pick on the first one.
Let's see, let's see. Both the sides did ban up quite a few roamers who do have healing on their hands. I really like it, but I feel like somewhere along the lines they have not done their homework. Maybe not. I'm looking at comfort bands rather than, those bands coming in. So let's see if they are able to get it or not. But as of now, Kimi not being a comfort band, first of all, that is definitely not one of them. The other the other five, I do feel like that is the case, but let's see. The Lucas is still open.
Lucas is open, Zushin is left out open, and so is Katot, Hylos, and Badang, and so is the Jawhead. So, an option of roam capabilities, as well as going for something like initiation is okay. They go in with the Zushin, of course. My wife is not here. Where is she? Come on, streamer.
Oh,
Don't
let's
worry.
go.
Uh, Don't worry. She's here at least. But yeah. So
Yeah.
having Zushin
Mhm.
basically means at least one thing. One thing is good is that they're going to be able to eliminate the options, which is the Gotota and Hylos. But at the same
Yes.
time, Zushin can be overwhelmed very easily. And I feel like the other team, I feel like that's. Oh, yeah, this is Minions, right? Minions. Minions will probably try to do it.
You know, one man pickoff is really, really good against a Zushin. So if the other team is able to pick up something like a Chow or a Chow head, they will be able to get it. But no, that's not the case. Lucas and Barang coming in. Barang might be EXP. I feel like the Rome Barang has died down and it just like completely shifted to the EXP nowadays. But I'm
Yes.
curious to see if that's the case today or not.
Yeah, because I honestly, let me tell you a few things. Kalea EXP, Badang EXP. For obvious reasons, guys, because if you put them into Rome, they are in a deficit, and when you're in a deficit, you're gonna have diseases. Just like when you have vitamin D deficiency and stuff, right? You get diseases just like that. When you put a very strong contending EXP like a fighter into the roaming position, you're nullifying a few of their advantage. But if you push them into the EXP lane, not only they can either win their lane or stay neutral, they can also initiate those team fights. And in roaming position, you can put a healer. That's the whole reason why Matilda and Florin has been banned repeatedly recently, as of after the patch notes have dropped, right? So yeah, I feel like definitely, I'm 100% Badang and Kalia EXP enjoyer, okay? Don't put them into the roaming position. You're gonna be really putting them in a EXP deficit, which really like makes them suffer. Also, they don't get the items faster, right? But looking at this pace so far, one more thing is that Peachy, that Zushin, I mean, obviously, I'm the biggest Zushin main in the whole world.
Yeah.
Nobody's better than me. Zushin is not just about, I mean, it is true. Top prio is that if you have a, what do you say? Yeah, pick off. If you can pick her off, it's easy. But there's also one more thing, overwhelming her. If two or three people charge at her at the same time, she cannot pick up three people. She can only pick up one at a second. And when that happens, Zushin, obviously, she's a mage at the end of the day, and she can be taken down easily. Babang is one of those because he's CC immune. Flicker ult, and Zushin is basically immobilized, or she has to alt flicker purify away, and that's a green signal for the Lucas. And I feel like that is the plan for at least the minions. But let's see. I mean, on theory, everything can be written, but to execute it is the big
True.
question.
But at the same time, you do see a Moscow in. That means this game would be shining towards the mid game to the late game. We do have the Harith as well, the Katukacha. Like other than them being level 4, won't be able to see a spectacular ults coming in, spectacular first blood coming in, but back again onto the banning phase. I like the bans coming in so far. The CC getting out of the way. That means they might want to go ahead with a high loss on the same side, but high loss being still open, the Hayabusa being prioritized. Oh, the Hayabusa though they have a very good big pick coming in. Hayabusa, yes, he does have the leverage to go to the back lanes and deal damage and make the Moscow vulnerable. So it
Mhm.
is a good ban, but I feel like the Hyla should have been the justice in place of the mm, Hayabusa. But gladly they have picked it up.
Yeah, I think it was a calculated risk, knowing that they were the next pick. This is actually a very clever drafting, I would say, because I feel like a lot of teams, they don't keep on record like whose pick is after the ban. When your first pick, it's your opponent's pick after the ban, the second phase of the ban, and your opponent can make the leverage of it. So it's really, really nice to see. If I'm not wrong, Yellowstone is first pick blue side, and minions is the red side, right? I hopefully our production can correct me if I'm not wrong, but anyways, the high lows. So I would obviously prefer this high lows into roaming position. Don't give Barang roam, please. You guys have been doing a really immaculate draft. Don't ruin it because high lows XP lane. He's just there. He's just there. He can't win lane. But Badang, great initiator, and Hylos serves a purpose. But oh, look at that! Looks like the side of Team Yellowstone, they are coming up just like stone into their faces because they are coming up with the counters. Like, you ban out one ninja, we got the other one here, man.
Oh yeah, let's go. Let's go, Hanzo, into the land of Tron after so long. Though he's still not preferred in a tournament scene. Yep, you may be able to see quite a few teams picking it up, but not a pick that I like. For me, here the Hanzo can be easily, spotted. He can be easily like, the Barang can come near, the Lucas can come near, and let's not forget during the mid game to the late game, especially around that 8th minute, the 9th minute of the game, they can melt down his ninja form, but at the same time, Valentina. And on top of that, the Valentina was not a last pick. It was like, the second last pick that you're talking about. And the Farsa coming in it's just the cherry on top for the Valentina. That's like, Farsa, you can take my ult.
Sone pe suhaga.
Ah, yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
it was coming in me because I was talking about gold, previously. What would it be in English? I actually need to know the translation. But yeah, it's not going to be something rhyming. I wish languages could transcend, man. Like, one could rhyme to another. But yeah, anyways, we have the draft from both ends. And just like you mentioned, I feel like they are either both of the sides are going in very heavy
Five
aggressively. It's pretty
seconds
clear
till the
there's
end
not much
reaches
defensive
the
play. But ladies
boundary.
and gentlemen,
Smash
welcome
them.
to the land of dawn, and this is the haunted
Four
arena origin
seconds.
of course
One.
season one, and we're gonna be diving straight into the match number two, game number one, best of three series of this quarterfinals. Intercasting desk, it's myself Ray, and of course I'm joined by Peachy, and it's Yellowstone onto the blue side and minions into the
Yep.
blue side is red side. Yeah, let's see how it goes around. Both of the draft look strong.
You're just not Ray today. You're the birthday boy. So once more, happy birthday.
Thank you, Peachy.
Now, as of now, Yellowstone, they do have the, leverage played quite aggressively while Saisty trying to make sure to take away the purple buff. I don't think he will be successful right there, but Lucas did get it on his hands.
Hmm. But overall, I'm really curious to see the first blood. I feel like looking at the composition, if I love it. I absolutely love it. Valentina into the EXP lane. I think she's gonna be going for a semi build. Yeah, she won't win the lane against the Batang. But one good thing. Oh, Flicker already baited out. But
Oh,
one good thing is that she's gonna be tanky. The issue with Valentina versus Lucas matchup is that Lucas wins it because Lucas has more damage and he's tanky because he's a fighter. But right now,
and
if Valentina goes semi, I feel
yes,
like she can just spam the Lucas ultimate and still retain the tankiness. So let's see if
she
what
can.
I'm thinking is gonna happen. I think semi.
Semi, it's viable. It's really looking good, but at the same time, Valentina looks really forced. But Nakai right here into the mid lanes, getting taunted on, picked on. We got that fast blood, Haniji. But Yokai though, he's just not stopping, and he knows when to jump in. Thus jumps in with the beast form. Are we getting a second blood right here? Garukacha gets a very good escape. They're not able to follow up the damage as of now. It's just 2 minutes into the game.
Yeah, early game, but already, of course, my wife getting the kill. Not the player, by the way, Zushin. All
Yeah.
right, guys. Oh, his name is spelled like honey. Wow, a lot of yellow colored things today. Damn. But anyways, I wish the overlay was also yellow to complement it. But of course, sadly, they're not a VIP team. Favoritism. But yeah, jokes aside, of course, this is the first hurdle. Hanzo being one of the junglers that actually not the best at securing it. He's only the best at stealing. So let's just see. Okay, he has a different idea altogether. He wants to fight. He wants to go in, but nah, it was just few warning shots, and Lucas is nowhere near. He doesn't want the turtle soup. He's not that hungry. How? Naruto is supposed to be hungry, bro.
Oh, he has some different idea. Just lose 2 stacks of your retribution for one. Looks good, but will the Hanzo be able to reach at a time? Yep, he's gonna be able
What?
to reach a time. But the AOG, what an AOG coming in, the taunt onto him. Will he be able to move it? No, looks like he will be taken down. The fight trying to go during the bottom lane as of now, while Katut Kacha actively trying to get a taunt on this Moscow. For now, it's really looking good for the side of Team Yellowstone. Look at them playing it quite aggressively. For them, the early game is quite important. You're looking at the same how they want to dominate it. I'm loving how they can do it, but at the same time, it's an Hanzo. They need to capitalize very quickly.
Absolutely, and they capture another kill right now. Lucas is trying to buy out some time, dishing out some damage, but there comes the Badang with the fisting. But is it going to be enough? Because it looks like it's not, because the Valentina copies with the IMU and is able to take it down. So far, 5-0. Yellowstone are definitely looking like the more overall stronger team. But just like you mentioned, I feel like the strength of minions relies on the late game. But I'm going to be honest with you, Lucas has been making a lot of bad decisions. He did not commit to the turtle when it could have been an easy one. And second, he went to the bottom lane to get a resource only to get taken down, because I'm not sure why his dash was on cooldown. You're supposed to keep your dash safe, because of course you need to save your dash, because you never know when a danger like that would come, and yeah, he inevitably faced it.
That's true. That's true. As of now, Yellowstone with 5 kills already on the lead. I'm really liking it how they are able to get that lead quite an early on, despite having a composition who relies on the items. The Valentina needs items. Haniji will be needing item, but at the same time, the utility that she provides, the Zushin is is what they needed. Is what something that completes the whole team.
Absolutely. And this is why you don't give out the Zushin, but oh, Lucas wants for a 1 versus 1, but can he do it? Because he's facing himself and looks like he will lose the battle to Shishti instead. The Valentina being absolutely relentless, still chasing down the Farsa, who's trying to attack back. Valentina goes in with a flicker, but not enough damage and has to pay the price. But the turtle goes into the hands of Yellowstone. 6-1 score. They finally secure a kill, but at the price of losing out another bowl of turtle soup, and it has only been tasty game for Yellowstone so far. And I'm gonna be honest, the Skatot is playing phenomenal. Harvey is playing phenomenal as well, and this is what I would expect. This is how you counter a Lucas, like making sure you play the EXP lane Valentina, because if you play mid lane, you're just a squishy mage.
That's true. That's true. Look at them. I'm really liking it how Yellowstone are capitalizing the early game for themselves while they are being very, very annoying for this high loss. Despite picking up a Zushin, they still went away with a high loss. It kind of looks like how a Mighty Minions went in for a blind pick, but maybe the question will be answered during the little bit of a late game after maybe the 10 minute, the 12th minute. But okay, SOD right there, I know he won't be committing it. He cannot make that play. Inhibitors going down, turrets going down. He just have to make sure that they save it up. But 6 minutes into the game and the first turret is gone. That's not the first, the second you're talking about.
Yeah, and it's already not looking good. Look at the entire domination. There comes another AOG, and right now they're going to be charging in. Patang Farsa barely scraping it off with HP. Naki will get taken down along with Yokai onto Lucas. It looks like it looks. Oh, Zushin still want to go in, trying to take out the mascot, but not able to do so. But still, it's a positive trade. They get 2 down for a price of none. 8-1 under 7 minutes. And a staggering 7,000 gold lead. Usually Valentinas, I always feel like a lot of Valentinas that played into the mid lane cannot counter a Lucas. But this time around, if you've seen the show Boys from Amazon Prime, I can't be stopped because look at that. I think PG, you can take it over.
Let's go, look at that. Yokai will be taken down once again. The glorious pathway not serving the purpose that the Hylos will be needing. Taken down. Lucas though this time, that would be the Valentina walking away with 100% HP. On that note, they are still poking it down. This is so crazy how they're able to make a Valentina EXP work.
Yep, and it only works against the Lucas. And I've been telling people, like, guys, I'm a caster, bro. Come on, listen to me. I do this for a living. My job is to analyze. So come on, because Valentina EXP just works. But it's also I feel like my Mighty Minions are kind of struggling. Of course, every pick is subjective. It's not gonna work every time, right? But Valentina, she's gonna be poked a little bit. But let's look at her build around. See? Full on tanky, imitating Lucas to the brink. I would have appreciated a Thunder Belt though, because he's easy to stack, but there comes AOG, doesn't really connect into anyone. Lucas fighting for his life, absolutely, but even the Hanzo Soul all enough to take him down right now. Moskov just trying to push back in, not enough damage, but Hanzo still going in. The Hylos will get taken down immediately. And I was referencing the show The Boys from Amazon. It's there's a dialogue, this Valentina is on absolute fire. Doesn't let me speak anyway. I'm trying to reference something Valentina, bro. It's that the boys in the show, there's 2 characters. I won't spoil, but basically you've probably seen the memes. It's that you're a cheap knockoff and the character said, no, I'm the upgrade. And Valentina is on that phase right now. Like, she's the whole upgrade here.
That's true. But at the same time, it is Yellowstone making sure that they give almost a one-sided game. Hanzo going in though. This Parang is on a Thunderbird. Still will be taken down. The next maybe this high loss with 50% of HP still remaining. Valentina trying to play it slow. Does have the ultimate. I want to see who will she copy as of now. Is it the Farsa? Is it the Lucas? Probably the Lucas though. She's just trying to spot the Lucas.
Absolutely, of course, because if you wanna copy the, you can copy the character, but the
Yeah.
Katot comes in and Farsa will get immediately bursted out by Continuum with the continuous damage, and Lucas cannot do anything. Hanzo comes in, storms in as well, takes down Moscow with an unstoppable, and right now looks like enter the next chopping block, the two tanky boys, but they're not gonna be any tanky because the damage is a little bit too much for them to sustain, as this game is gonna be rushing to an end because Madara is gonna storm into the base. Of course, the Valentina comes in with the taunting as well.
And definitely that is much needed into this game while Yellowstone picks up the first. I really loved how Hylos did give a little bit of a space, a little bit of a seconds before it just ended. But unfortunately that was not it. 0-7-1 on a Lucas. That is just too brutal. Team Yellowstone did not pick up a composition who, if they played it aggressively, they might tumble down, but they did not, which is the good thing that you have just seen.
Absolutely, and also it brings me back a little bit. Like I was mentioning with the Valentina, you copy the ultimate, but do you copy the essence? You can copy, my thing, but do you copy the
Yeah.
essence? Yes, you can if you copy the build. Because I feel like, I mean, Peachy, you're a veteran. I think, I mean, you are right in like playing, of course. Um, and I think you remember back then when 1-1 was overpowered, we used to pick Valentina against the 1-1 in
Yes,
gold lane and just full on
yes,
copy the build, not with a mage build. Full attack speed and
yes,
inspire. You copy it and the 1-1 gets Uno reverse. He's like, why is my team dying from myself? And that's what you do. That's the whole thing. You
crazy time.
copy the essence. And I feel like I've been seeing a lot of Valentina. I'm gonna be honest, a lot of teams have been disappointing me with the mid lane full burst Valentina, and they
Yeah,
copy the Lucas ultimate and they got one shotted, bro. Like, come on, dude,
true.
that's not how you play the Lucas. Oh, you wanna copy the mage ultimate? Go for full burst. You wanna copy perhaps a utility? Yeah, you can go for a little bit of burst to dish out the damage. If you wanna be that mid lane, yes, go for the damage, but don't copy the Lucas's ultimate thinking you can dish out damage,
Yeah,
because
I
Lucas is
know.
not damage alone. He's a sustain as well, and they do not copy it. But this Valentina, I'm so happy. Finally, someone is doing what I like to do. But yeah, overall, enough glazing for the Valentina. This is going to be game number 2, and let's see if Mighty Minions can be mighty enough to get a proper draft back, because I feel like in the last game, obviously, there were a lot of mistakes made. Like there was a Valentina that they did not take into consideration. Also, just like you mentioned, CC was banned out, but even the Hylos was left out. I mean, of course, the Hylos they wouldn't ban because they have a Zushin. I feel like it should have been a Zushin. The Kimi ban was kind of unnecessary if they could have played something that could dive in. So yeah, let's see what happens in the game number 2 of the quarterfinals of the match 2 as well.
Kimmy is still fear. I really like how she's like, they don't want to look at it. Especially those Sky Piercer Kimmy. They
I
pick
am
up the
one of
Sky
them.
Piercer. Oh, okay.
I'm a
That's good. That's
menace.
good. And they pick it up right after around after the 8th minute, the 9th minute, and they do get the kills, which is crazy, given the fact
Yeah,
that
yeah,
you need kills to stack up on your stacks. So does works it out in some condition, does not work in some conditions. So maybe they just don't want to look at those situations, banning it out into the first phase. But this time around, while Mighty Minions will be on the blue side, they have to prioritize something and give a very good draft. The draft was good, but the
yeah.
execution part, the decision making, especially the decision making, I feel like they could have done better.
Absolutely. And also one more thing that I would love to mention is the what was I about to mention? It's the whole reason that the Kimi Skypiercer works out so well. I mean, by the way, Kimi just got buffed like what, a patch ago, right? I mean, we've received multiple hotfix patches where we've received minor adjustments, but the
Yeah.
major patch that we received into the beginning of the season where Kimi was revamped, I have been playing Skypiercer Kimi for 7 seasons right now, and let me tell you why it works. Because Skypiercer obviously triggers at when you reach the HP threshold to trigger its passive. If you don't have stacks, at 8%. If you have stacks, it's 12. So once you reach 8% HP, like let's say all of your members have Skypiercer, right? Which one is going to be triggering? It's gonna be Kimi. 99% of the time, it's gonna be Kimi because her attacks are extremely continuous, just like Skybase Chang'e. A lot of people play Skybase Chang'e for the same reason, because it's a continuous attack. So Like their attack gets to it first. Granger bullets, the first skill, it's similar mechanics, and because of it, so many people were spamming Granger Skypiercer, and of course his damage was insane, anyways. But yeah, overall, the continuous attacks really helps Kimi build the Skypiercer stacks, and I actually recommend building first item Skypiercer because trust me, the amount, especially after the revamp, her dominance is insane. You can dominate from the first minute in, especially if there's nothing like a very poke kind of a marksman, like even a Clint gets dominated. I feel like something akin to a Harith is more appropriate. But let's see. As I was yapping, we're almost done with the first phase of the bans, and we're seeing quite similar. But this time around, looks like they don't want to play Valentina, or maybe they don't want to Lucas for themselves.
I don't think this game they will be opening it, given the fact that it was just very brutal game for him. Though there was no counters on the other game. Valentina, yes, other than Valentina, I did not see any kind of a counters for him, but there was quite a sad game for the Lucas. So yep, naturally Mighty Minions did went in for that ban. But now that we know that the Matilda, the Florian are just the staple bans for both of these teams, it's just crazy though. I understand they do pick up a tanky builds, but tanky tanks, but why why the Florian?
The Not really sure. I guess I really hate the healers, But I mean, I understand that. I understand it. But overall, still, Zushin gonna be left out open again. But hey, this time around, it's gonna be the mighty minions because the sides have been swapped, I believe, and because of it, they have the chance to pick it up. But I feel like my Yellowstone, they're well prepared to fight against the Zushin because one thing is to like if you're a good team, if you want to be a good team, you always know if you're gonna pick something, know its counters as well. And looks like I'm not really sure it's because they know Zushin will get countered or it's because they're like, hey, let's go comfort picks, let's go all in. But we'll see in a few seconds.
Quarterfinal is really sketchy. I mean, there are a lot of teams who just amp up their gameplay in just a few hours, in just few days. They just sit and brainstorm, but you still pick up the comfort ones. I like it's just a 50-50 for me. I won't really say it's very bad, but I really won't say it's very good. But as of now, that's the same case that we were talking about Kimmy getting prioritized from the side of Team Yellowstone. They are like moving towards those kind of a trends to pick up metas on their side. They just like want to make sure that there's a reason why it's called meta, right? There's a reason that they can
Mm-hmm.
dish out so much damage, they can dish out so much crowd control. So I really love how they're just able to do it. But the Sicilian was nerfed. The
Mm-hmm.
early game was nerfed, despite him knowing as the late game king, his early game got nerfed. So I want to see this. How will the Sicilian be able to get the game on? But my guts tell me this is a Kimmy on the mid.
Yeah, I'm also a huge supporter of Kimmy mid lane. I feel like she shines there the best, especially how she is right now. But yeah, I mean, in the advanced of it, I feel like she's gonna get nerfed out or toned down a little bit. I think after that, maybe gold lane would be much better. But right now, her state, the ultimate is a massive initiator. The 75% slow whenever you hit an enemy, it basically it's basically so bad it almost immobilizes you and you're either forced to purify or flicker away from the situation. Basically your something is used for just a skill. That is insane, isn't it? For a skill that has 25 seconds of cooldown. So because of it, I feel like Kimi mid lane is a little bit too good, and of course you get the damage, you get everything. So I feel like Kimi is just should be pushed into the mid lane, but even gold lane, yeah, she's just overpowered right now, so she can go anywhere. But overall, this time around, at least they get the Hayabusa for themselves. But how much it's gonna be good, let's just see around. But yeah, we're also seeing Julian.
Let's see. Yellowstone. They kind of want to push a little bit of a responsibility into the hands of Kimmy as well. Picking up the Julian does means that early game is covered by me. You guys just take the late game. I'll survive, I'll dish out damage, just pick up the crumbs in the later game. That's all I expect from you guys. But the other side, it is just screaming damage, damage, and damage. But, let's just skip that for now. Back into the banning phase, you do look at the CC. You do look at the 4 ways getting banned. Quite a feast of EXP liners getting banned.
Mhm. They're banning out a lot of chunky frontliners from the hands of Yellowstone, and it kind of makes sense because, especially the Gatot, because of course he's one of those heroes that can easily take advantage of the fact that Kimi cannot really move away too much, right? Once the first skill is gone, you just go AOG on top of her, and she's boom, she's blasted. She either forced to flicker or purify, or if she doesn't have it, it's a free kill. So Gatot is very reasonable, and I was actually about to say like Gatot was left out open, and I feel like they could have prioritized it, but it's all okay. Right now, the Hylos is still left out open. Zushin is still left out open, and I feel like this is going to be a Zushin at last pick from the hands of Yellowstone. Oh, but no, they go in with the Selena, which I
Oh,
mm, I feel like a Zushin is coming. But yeah, there is a Hayabusa, but Zushin is still good because Sicilian will get bullied, Harris will get
Farsa.
bullied. Yeah, Farsa.
But I want to see
What
a
do you think?
Farsa. I want to see a Fasa in the hands of Yellowstone. I mean, the Hayabusa can be a threat. Yes, the Harriet can be a threat as well. Like if there's like something where the Fasa gets caught off guard, but if she just positions herself well, it's just whenever you go in a tournament, whenever you see a match, and there's a Fasa getting the MVP, it's just all because of a position, not the damage, not the turret damage, not all damage taken as well. It's just how beautifully one can actually position. So I want to see something like that into the game number 2, because best of 3 series, you cannot stretch it more than 3 games. But the Mighty Minions, they have to pull up. They did pull up with a godly draft as of now. Look at that. Khalid plus a high loss. They did cover the backlines as well with the EXP Lena. Now, this is a draft that I like it.
Yeah, so far it has been a good draft, and yep, it's gonna be a Kimi mid lane. I was actually half expecting it to be going to the goal lane for because I feel like maybe they're gonna go. Maybe I was thinking maybe they're gonna flex, but no, they're gonna go for the Moskov goal lane, and it. I feel like there's a little bit of a ego play here because they're like, hey, like your Moskov did not work out. Let us show you how to do it because of course it's
Yeah.
Yellowstone right now, and oh my God, the almighty group. The way he says his name, it's literally identical to Groot, even though he's like a rock and Groot is a tree. But yeah, Grok doesn't hurt people, and he's gonna. This is an interesting pick. A Grok debut. I feel like there's a lot of confidence just brimming from the hands of Team Yellowstone. Gotta be honest.
That's true. That is definitely true. Look at them. I'm really liking the draft from both the sides, but Yellowstone, maybe they want to go into game number 3. Maybe they just want to, give some entertainment for us, but it's just only time will tell. But the Grok pick, long time no see.
Yeah, and I'm a little bit. I'm not gonna be doubtful, honestly, because I feel like this is a
5
confidence
seconds till
pick.
the enemy
And
respawn.
but yeah, there we go into the land of dawn. This is game number 2 of the match number 2 as well. Best of 3 series. Yellowstone already secures 1 pointer, and right now they only need this game to get a clean sweep. But their draft screams absolute confidence right now. Let's see how good their execution is gonna be. Damn, the cameraman is putting in the work, bro. Okay, bro will get a raise. He needs to pay his rent. But yeah, jokes aside, of course, in the casting desk, it's Ray and Peachy.
Let's go. The Godly Duo are back again into the game number 2. Mid lane, the Sicilian getting zoned out by by Hani. She's definitely, he or she is definitely very, very aggressive into the mid lane, and I really like that.
Absolutely, and I feel like that's how you should be into the mid lane, and that's a good job. But overall, I'm really looking for the player from. Wait a second, that's a Grok EXP. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And yep, that's where we go. The Kimi abuse comes in. The Hayabusa as well, struggling to just get his blue buff right now. But main Kais, he's gonna be the one falling because overconfidence might be paying him a little bit because the level 4 comes in as well. This time around, the Yellowstone A little bit too confident, Honey G trying to get out of the situation. Uses the first skill, floats away. Okay, Kimmy doesn't run away, guys. Kimmy floats away.
That's
Hey,
true.
hey,
That's no, that's
hey!
playing
These nuts!
wow. Hey,
These nuts got just
hurry.
crushed. These nuts just got crushed by a rock.
That's
Come on.
sus. That's us, bro. That's us. That
Dude,
is
it's not
us.
sus.
Look at that.
It's not sus. It's these nuts got crushed by a rock. That was so painful to see. Like, come on. Because Grok is going damage, guys. Come on. Come on. Sicilian, you
Yup.
should have seen that coming.
This is like 10 seasons ago. This is like 10 to 11 seasons ago that you have actually seen a Grog. But I don't think the Grog can make that kind of a comeback on this meta. But I really like that they have picked out of the more than 200 heroes that we have. So yep, that's definitely a little bit of a new yokai with the shadows as of now unable to get a pathway inside the river area. Truly devastating.
Yeah, and of course, I love Screaming Wild Charge. Wild Charge is one of the goated ultimates, in great initiator and events can secure kills. I miss the era of having Grok execute, just stealing all the kills with the first kill combo. But the invasion is ruthless. They really want to make sure the higher doesn't get the buff. But each time around, I feel like they're taking a little bit of a more risky plays because once again, they go into a purple, lose 2 of their members. I feel like too much confidence is a little bit bad.
That's true, but continue on to the top lane, getting attacked by the Lenny face. Dodges everything, dodges the Khalid as well, looking quite low, but now Khalid picks it up. Continuum, not away. Yellowstone, they did pick up an early game with the Julian, but look at that. This time around, it would be the mighty minions who went in for a little bit of a invade. Khalid flickering out. The glorious one coming a little bit of a late. Hurry with the stun. It looks like Khalid will be taken out. Godly, look at the 4 members. What a that would have been very good Oigi shadow kill for the yokai, but if he did not have it.
Main Kai's this time around though on the Julian, he's not having the best of time. Oh, look at the damage of the Grog though, but he doesn't have the skill, does he? But I think he's gonna be able to secure a kill. He uses the flicker, but I think he's gonna be suffering. Yep, he's gonna be suffering. These nuts finally gets the revenge that he wanted. Killing spree for the Sicilian, and that's not a good news for him at all. Because I feel like they're kind of downplaying the Sicilian, because I feel like it's a comfort pick and it's really showing that 4-man Sanguine Claws, that was an insane one. And I feel like repeated invasions again and again where they have been losing their life, especially main cards. They're a jungler, especially a Julian, which really needs that early snowball. I feel like they've already kind of lost it, but still I feel like their team has the confidence and they can still make a comeback. After all, they also have late games. They have the Mosque of one of the kings, and they also have Kimmy, who really scales off well into the later phase.
That's true, but at the same time now we are talking about the first triple coming in. The team picks it up, will be having a little bit of a edge as of now. Yellowstone with a fantastic river area control on their hands, and mighty minions unable to get a path in. Continuum will be taken down. That will put the Harith with a advantage, but onto the backlines, Yokai looking quite low. Team YS picks up the turtle for themselves. The glorious pathway slowing it down. Menke is unable to take so much damage. Out he does gets his the HP regen up, but Hani G quite an aggressive play, and he will be taken down.
Honey G sounds like like how people say respective word in Hindi, like G it's like Honey G. Honey, like, is he a fan of Honey Singh? No, I wonder if it's Haney, because why didn't he write Honey? What if it's Haney G? Like, damn, that's a creative name. But yeah, 9 to 5 score right now. That is the work hours, by the way. 6 into 15k. Hey Haya, what is that?
No way. The Spear of Misery was too much for him once again. Yokai getting stunned up makes the forced Uji Shadow kill. Tasty looking quite feisty and will be taken down. At the same time, Team Mighty Minions, they got it all under control. They don't even have to, have the tank on their side. They don't even have to have the EXP laners, but look at that. Delaney Face trying to make a play. 3 members out in, but okay. Khalid with the flicker raging sandstorm looking quite good. Harvey has to flicker out while Haniji looking quite low. The swing motion coming in from this Khalid is hurting as of now.
Absolutely. And oh, Honey G, this time around, not having the best of a time. And Grok, the weakness, he doesn't have magic defense. And oh, Haya. Ugi Shadow Kill to just. But there comes the Spear of Misery as well. A lot of engages and disengages, and looks like it might just be. Oh, the Badang with the fisting comes in as well. The Okaura lands the spot, but it's not enough damage. Harriet also with his Zaman Force, dishing out the damage as much as possible, and bursts out main Kais. And Moskov is forced to retreat. Main Kais this time around on that Juliet. He's not having the best of a time, and that's what happens when they pick up a non-meta hero. It really suffers. Even though, yes, it has its highlights, but it has its weaknesses, and weaknesses are definitely outdoing the strengths right now, as the last turtle, the one that gives the most gold, goes into the hands of mighty minions, and right now they're leading with a 3,000 gold lead. Is the overconfidence gonna be the result of their doom, or we're gonna be, at least Team Yellow, Mighty Minions will be proven wrong? Let's just see out. The game is shifting towards that 8-minute mark.
Let's see. Yellowstone, though, being on the other side, this kind of game looked like the deja vu moment from the last game. But that was like the opposite teams. It was Mighty Minions and a lot of pressure. Is this like a kind of a buff that you get when you're on the blue side?
Well, that's actually funny enough. First pick advantage, but it is. Oh, Hayabusa, what was that? Just as I speak, he takes on Continuum in midst of 3 people, but even the whole gang pulls up from the behind. Harvey is not gonna be having the best of its time this time around. I honestly feel like if it's gonna be continuing like this, Continuum is not gonna be dishing any continuous damage, and right now main Kais might be the next guy to fall in. Killing spree for the Harith has a emote as its face. It's the that sus face, like
That is called a Lenny face. I've been calling
Oh,
him
Lenny.
that. Yes.
Oh yeah, it is a Lenny face. How do you remember it? I used to remember the name. Sometimes you can't find the correct words, but you can find the expression.
That's true, but look at that. High loss with the glory spot, they're slowing them down. But the Barak with the perfect setup, but High loss not being able to take down so much damage. That's the work for the tank. Harvey popping out the flicker quite early on. I feel like he could have survived that, but it's just like he wanted to do that. That was definitely a lot of resources spent onto the side of Team Yellowstone while they're still struggling to find the power spike. It's just 9 minutes into the game, no damage coming down on their hands.
9 minutes in, 17 minutes, 17 to 6, and the goal lead is around 4, almost climbing to 5 as we progress towards a more game. Yellowstone right now in a very jiffy position, because I feel like their draft is obviously oozing with overconfidence. The Julian, the Grok, and of course, just like I mentioned, pushing the Barang into the roaming position. Look at that, Barang is level 9. Meanwhile, the Hayabusa is level 14, 1 basic attack, and this Barang is sent to the Shadow Realm. But let's see, this time around, Haya does get baited out, but the Shadow comes in at the nick of the time, dishes out the damage, Brilliant Kai's will fall, along with, of course, the Barang as well. Monster kill. There's the spear, but of course, he cannot commit to it. His whole team is right now dead. Harvey looking to make that MPL, M6, M7 play, trying to steal the Lord, but of course, you're not that dude right now, and you're not that same hero. It's been nerfed to oblivion, and he's not able to do anything. 19 to 7 score with the Lord that's going to be marching down to the mid lane. 10 minutes in, and I feel like Yellowstone will be forced to play a game number 3.
The score just like doubled into the hands of Team Mighty Minutes. I really like that, but at the same time with Yellowstone, they are not able to tap in on their power spike, which is quite a scene that you don't want to look at. But at the same time, what will Yellowstone do? They do have a lot coming in. The mid lanes looking quite good. The turret passive will be blown off in just few minutes. There's just a minute left, but it's okay. They can get it out of the way. But they do have the lane clearance. They do have the Moscow. They do have the Kimmy. Could be a very good thing. But main Kaz, he's not able to get any trade, which is really, really sad.
Yeah, and that's what. Oh! There is an engage coming in. The fisting as well. Really wombo combo, but is it gonna be enough? Because the Harriet is dishing out a little bit too much damage that they can take. Because look at that, Moskov cannot win the 1 versus 1 against his opposing goal laner, and that is truly the moment that you basically have lost. Because right now, look at the damage is coming in for Cecilia. Too much legendary for the Hayabusa. It looks like Yellowstone. Too much confidence, way too much oozing in because the enemies are also oozing in your base right now. Moskov doing his absolute best against a world, but what can he do against 3 members, especially a Hayabusa that's fed to oblivion? Level 15 against a level 12, and Team Mighty Minions will force a game number 3. Yellowstone a little bit too cocky.
This is what you call a quarterfinal match, game number 3. You know, the match one did went to the first series did went to the game 3, and I'm so happy to have this game as game number 3 as well. This time around, no lose MVP for the side of Team Yellowstone. They were very haphazard with their decisions. This is definitely a blue side buff, Ray.
It's a blue side buff, but I also believe it's the draft was played a little bit too confident. Like you just defeated a Moskov because it did not work. Why do you pick it up when there were better options? Also considering the same fact, the Julian absolutely very bad decision as well, and also the Grok. It works in the early game, but into later phase, especially there's 3 magic. Grok's whole weakness is magic damage, and he doesn't have a single magic defense. He's gonna get bursted out immediately. Look at Hayabusa. 10-0-6. Last game, the Hayabusa, I mean, the Lucas, the jungler was bullied to oblivion, but right now, he showed himself that if you take us lightly, you're gonna get a game number 3. Look at the score disparity as well, 24-9. But yeah, I think Peachy, maybe it's time for us to hydrate ourselves, right?
Yes, sir. You know, one more thing I want to point it out, the BOD, the Blade of Despair being the highest gold item, like the highest costliest item in this match.
Mm-hmm.
The
Absolutely.
Grok should have went in for the tank items. At this point, pick up the Heptasis, you will be getting a little bit of a damage out of it, a little bit of a crit damage, but your team is losing. You're not able to sustain. You're giving very good sets. You're able to catch people off guard, but when they are alone, but when the whole team is just coming in, they are not able to, which was a little bit of a bad decision coming in.
Absolutely. And I think we're gonna be taking a break right now, and we're gonna be diving straight back again with the game number 3, and we'll obviously discuss more about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, of course, stay tuned. We'll be right back with a short break.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. After a short break, we are back again with the game number three quarterfinale. Team Yellowstone versus Team Mighty Minions, both on 1-1 score. Let's see who picks it up and secures a spot in the semi-finals. Ray, make a quick prediction. I know the draft is not on.
Make a quick prediction, you say. I'm obviously glad to be joining you back again. But quick prediction. Honestly, I feel like it's a very total competition. But hey, let's give the benefit of the doubt to, of course, Yellowstone, because the first game dominance was it just a stroke of luck. I want to see. Like, let me put my bet on them, and let's see if I'm wrong. But yeah, the bands have started, and I think I mean I feel like the assassin bans are gonna be yep. Fanny and Joy, they have been banned in all three games. Looks like both of these players have someone who's really keen of assassins.
Ooh, I feel like the Florin, the Matilda might be coming on quite good, but the Joy being one of the bands having the 100% right here at the game number three as well, which is crazy. But at the same time, Team Yellowstone, who are on the blue side this time, maybe the being on the blue side buff might work on them or not. So let's see. But this time around, heavily focused on the assassins.
Absolutely. I mean, the Hayabusa just created nightmares, and I'm assuming this is Yellowstone on the first pick because the Hayabusa battle looks like it's obviously towards Mighty Minions. So there we go, the Matilda as well. Yep, Mighty Minions on the red side and the Yellowstone on the blue side. Why are their names such a handful to pronounce? But yeah, I think the last bands are obviously going to be either the Florian or we're going to be seeing a Roamer band possibly soon.
Highly possible, but I want to see the flooring getting banned. But maybe this time around they might be able to keep it open. But even if they keep it open, will they be capitalizing with the amount of the team composition that they have been going around? I don't think the flooring could fit in quite well, given the fact that both were very keen in picking up those tanks.
Absolutely. And there we go, the Kalia. I feel like this has been the concrete bans from like all three games. The Kalia has not been left out open a single game. So there's a lot of respect for pickoff as well as heals, but I don't see the respect for a jawhead though. Because I've been waiting to see a jawhead considering they have been banning out the Kalia. Like come on guys, I want to see a robot with the little girl, of course. And there we go, just like I predicted, it's the Florian. I feel like the bans are gonna be remaining the same. But Yellowstone, you got a first pick again, and the Zushin is left out open. Do you go with the same route or do you go with something else?
Oh, Lucas is still open, the Gatorkacha open, the high loss open. I want to see if Lucas being prioritized or not. Could be a very good pick right here. But again, there is definitely that threat of going six kills, no kill. And so six deaths and no kill. So maybe they just skip it out. Zushin coming onto the play.
Yep. Imagine if they just go the same draft. Like that game. Right now it's a Lucas. No. It's obviously CC was went out on the first two games and they take the chance and they pick it up. Of course, CC is also much better of an EXP laner to dive into the Zushin, but that also puts Yellowstone in a tight position because right now they can't go for the high loss anymore because the CC will just melt him out heavily fast. But Barang's still left out open. Kimi's still left out open. They can pick it up for the goal line. And oh, this time around, they're like, oh, we pick up of course, the Lucas. And just like I mentioned, I don't think a Valentina would be good. I feel like they need something that can have the range, but at the same time, the thought that means Farsa is going to be in danger if they pick it up.
Let's see. Let's see. Could be a very good pick, but this time around, Yellowstone are going in for the Katut Kacha as well as the Lucas. The Katut Kacha was definitely a threat onto the game number one, but that was on the opposite side for the Lucas. So Yellowstone capitalizing it, they kind of understand the value of the Katut Kacha, but will they be able to capitalize with this kind of a team composition which has high mobility? CC can melt down the Karutkacha, the Sicilian can dish out good amount of damage, because into the last game you did see the same. Harriet can do the same if he's able to get a very good taunt on. That's really gonna go well. But let's see, back again onto the banning phase. Marksman as well as the EXP liners getting prioritized very well, done for by the both the sides, but the Hyler should be the last ban coming in.
High loss? Possibly, yeah, because of course the other side they can, yeah, just like you predicted. It should be a high loss because of course the roam high loss would give a little bit too much for mobility. But at the same time, I feel like it was also unwanted because they do have the Zushin, but yeah. Why risk it, right? Why risk it? Just ban out the two funky frontliners, and right now there's obviously just a roamer and a jungler left for the side of mighty minions. And I'm sorry. And I'm okay. Alright. An Angela. Interesting. What do you think of it? You like her, I know.
Oh, I do like her. Those like she's basically the most easiest hero that I have ever played. I could play her like keeping my eyes closed. I have done that. You know, when I'm like so tired, I tend to pick heroes like that and just sleep it off. So
to be
maybe,
fair,
maybe in this
this is not
game,
exposing.
yeah.
To be fair, like maybe that's a girl thing, but as a guy, oh, I'm a woman too. Yeah. But yeah, but as a dude, of course, I lock in when I play Angela. Okay, my eyes are dead set on that MVP. I am making sure who's gonna get the kill, and I ult him, and I make sure that my first kill wave only goes in when the kill is close. So yeah,
Oh
they're going for,
my.
of course, that healer alpha composition, putting it all for alpha to be the front liner, which is a kind of a risky decision considering there's like three chunky, two boys and one wild woman, that is the Hilda, that's gonna be storming in. But we also see a Granger coming back. It's the Harriet versus Granger all again, like we saw in the previous season. But right now, we're going to be seeing something interesting overall. Let's see. Both of these teams this time around have a different draft. Sides have been switched. Both are at the last pointer. Let's see how this game goes.
uh, Both the sides, the drafts is looking kind of good. With the Angela, I was expecting a alpha coming onto the play, or maybe something like a Ling, which was the kind of a last option. But here we are into the land of Tron Yellowstone versus Mighty Minions. Let's see who picks up the win this year, because the team which picks up the win will be going towards the semi-final, one step closer towards the 30,000 INR and 20,000 diamonds. And with that, let's resume.
Yep, let's resume. This is game number 3 of the match number 2, and both of these teams have 1-1 pointers. Game number 1, obviously, taken overwhelmingly by Yellowstone, but in the second match, Mighty Minions here, they were able to win it because Yellowstone got a little bit too overconfident, picking up two non-meta heroes and losing it out. On casting this, of course, it's Ray and Peachy. And right now, let's just see how this match goes around. Main Kai this time around has his hands... Wait a second. Oh yeah, he has his hands back on the... Wait. Oh no. Wait. I'm a little confused. Oh, yeah, it was Yokai. It was Yokai. Yeah, because it was Yokai. Sorry. Because I was so used to main Kai's getting taken down in the previous game. But yeah, overall, already poking happening. But oh, look at the Hilda.
Will he be able to get out of the situation while the alpha looking quite low? No first blood coming in. But Hilda though, good pick. A very underrated pick so far. The Kurama going in. That gets the first blood this time around. This is the opposite for this Lucas. Look at him trying to go in for more, but I think that's just enough for him. Alpha on the other hand, 4 members onto him. Taunt, knock up and damage. That is just too much.
Yep, and no frontliner. That's the issue with the Angela. Until level 4, she's basically just a watered down version of a Rafaela, providing slight bit of movement speed and a little bit of a heal. And it's not even that consistent, and because of it, Alpha will face the wrath of multiple frontliners. Look at that, and I feel like that was the grave mistake they made in the draft. Angela is good, but in this composition, I'm not really sure because look at that, Zushin alone is bullying the heck out of him, and right now he's forced to retreat. His orange buff is gone, one less resource to be taken, and right now Lucas is level 6, he's still struggling at level 4, one turtle gone down as well, 2-0, just on the 3 minutes. You don't want that to be happening on an alpha jungle because the whole stick is you want to dominate, and he cannot do it at all.
Oh, Alpha though, he's not able to get a pathway in, which is a kind of a bummer. But at the same time, Yellowstone, they're playing it aggressively. They want to make sure that they get on with the snowball onto their hands. Liking it how it is main case is getting it, but I think I just jinxed it.
Caster's curse is real, but bottom lane, there is a Harriet. Gets the Angel's ultimate on top of him. Right now, he's getting quite bursted out. He barely survived, just scrapes it off with the 1 HP, but Zushin comes in with the clutch play. He gets a kill onto that Lenny face. Angela, just seeing that no mana, wants to go in. CC also finds the Yo-Yo Blitz. There is the damage, and it's enough. The Naki takes the kill for himself, and right now, CC wants to go in for the Katot as well, because they have the damage, and Yokai comes in with the true damage, the spear, but Hilda has different plans, takes down the Angela. I was looking for the Sicilian as well, but oh, takes a kill as well, double kill for Harvey, and running away, escaping it.
Okay, mighty minions trying to climb up the leaderboard, but this trade was definitely into the hands of Team Yellowstone. I really like how main Kez is already into the jungle area, trying to steal away as much as possible, trying to force the retreat out of this alpha. He's playing it safe. He knows he has to play it safe given the fact that the turtle is just jumping around in 4 seconds. It's looking quite good. This really allowed Continuum to take the first turret, the first more turret. The goal sheet's not over. It's not even 5 minutes into the game and they're able to melt it down. It's just not the bottom lane. The top lane is already gone as well, but Angela being taken out while with the Sicilian. This time around Sicilian, it's just the tables have turned.
Absolutely. Right now the score sits at 8-3, and just like we mentioned, the draft, despite mighty minions, they try to retaliate back. It's just not enough, is it? And because of it, they're gonna be struggling quite a bit. But let's see if there's any movement around, if they can change anything. But let's just see, huh? Let's just see.
Let's see the Honey G. There is a threat onto him. Despite being like 15% of his HP, still aggressive. Yellowstone, they painted the whole map blue as of now. I'm really liking it how they are the ones with the most turrets. This kind of a progressive graph should be there for this team. Yellowstone will be trying to prove it right, but main Kez, look at him.
Main case right now, okay, goes in, but he will be taken down immediately. Granger does take a double kill for his team. Oh, that was a spicy Sanguine Claws, but of course Tristy will get taken down. But oh, the Sky Piercer Continuum finally getting to shine again after that last match inability to do so. And this time around, he's doing a good job overall, and 11 kills right now into the hands of Yellowstone, 5 only for mighty minions. Around the 5,000 goal lead into the hands of course Yellowstone, as they lead the game with overwhelming dominance.
Let's see, 11 kills already into the hands of Team Yellowstone. They just want to make sure the Continuum will be farmed up. He's comfortable, he's playing it safe, but Yokai on to the other hand, 3-3-0 with the DN with 0-3-3. That's very, very overwhelming for a Sicilian. AOG dropping in a very awkward position.
Yeah, in a awkward position. There's a fusion coming in as well. Comes in with the Lantern Flare, pulls up. Yokai will get taken down, of course, with the Angel as well. Oh, Lucas is just going ham and ham, but the kills are getting taken by Granger as well. He was like, oh, give me a piece, boy, and he got it. That was honestly a full-on 5-man wipeout, and it could have been a Savage, but of course Granger wanted a few pieces, and because of it, it was not, but full wipeout, and that's the issue. Against a Zushin, no frontliners who's gonna be taking all the hits, buddy, and this is why you suffer. I feel like the second game, Yellowstone was a little bit too cocky, suffered, but again, this time around they were fully locked in and they are able to. I feel like this is going to be an easy win, unless the Sicilian gets farmed up. But level 7 against the level 11 Granger, fully fed. I don't see any hopes, honestly.
Top of that, Zushin against an Alpha or an Alpha against the Zushin can reach up, but at the same time, Zushin would be the one with a little bit of a faster reaction. Given the fact that the teammates will be there to save you up, which is what is happening. Haniji, look at his confidence. Look at them. He's just in the same place. There is this Sanguine Clause continuously coming in for him. He knows that he won't be taken down so easily, so he's just like playing it aggressively. But at the same time, now you're talking about the Lord coming in. This would be a level 1 Lord, no turret passive remaining.
And that is a bad news. It's just a level 1 Lord and they go in. Rocket just does not connect a single bit, but Lucas goes in with the dive and Alpha, being the frontliner, will pay the hefty price. Right now it's on top of the Sicilian, trying to just sustain it out, but it's gonna be enough. The minions do stop, but guys, it's not even the Lord. It's not even the Lord, just pure minions just marching in, and they're struggling so badly. And it's not looking good. It's not looking good for them at all overall. But look at that. Oh, they're still going in. They want to do something about it. But can they? The answer looks like it's going to be a no. Because look at that. There we go. 9 minutes in, 17-5 score. And this is going to be an easy Lord. They are just not in a position to do anything.
Oh my, the mother are still untouched, which is quite unfortunate. But Team Yellowstone, they are moving towards it. They want to make sure that they do get it onto their hand. Harvey, on the other hand, it's making sure that they won't come out of the Nexus. But now that the mighty minions are on a position where they cannot get out of their walls, they cannot come up to farm. There's nothing to farm. There's the minions coming in. The gold will be divided between all of the members because all of the members are lacking. Talking about the Harith as well, not being able to melt the Kadotkacha right in front of him is a shame. But the Lords coming in, they need to act quick. They need to come up with a plan. They do have a Sicilian for a very good lane clearance. They do have a Alpha who can become a secondary front liner, but look at him just getting poked out. The CC not able to do that. Angela is not the solution. One alone hero cannot do it, but okay.
Immediately gets bursted out, sent to the void, and the base is just gonna get melted out immediately. You don't have to pay attention to anything what's happening else on the screen, because the side of Team Mighty Minions are not gonna be the mighty ones tonight, as Yellowstone will be proceeding to those semi-final brackets as they secure this third game. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Yellowstone could have taken the game number 2 if they were not so overconfident. They did not underestimate the side of Mighty Minions so badly, but this time around they were locked in, had a much better draft, and they get it. And I feel like it's getting late, right, Peachy? I feel like we gotta give rest to everyone. Of course, our poor streamer, he's struggling.
We do hear you. So this was the game. Gold versus silver. We got team my Yellowstone into the semi-finale. Do stay tuned. Do check out the YouTube community. We'll be posting the updates and we'll be back tomorrow with the action, guys. So do have your dinner. Do take care. See you guys.
Bye bye. Good night.